What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we're back here for another one. And tonight we'll be diving a little bit into the deep of Hunter Long at Boston College. Um, a little bit different tonight. You're gonna see some reps of run blocking from him too. So you're not just gonna see him catching the football. You're gonna see him laying the wood in terms of making some nice blocks. So I wanted to make sure that people saw that his ability to block, what everyone's been talking about in terms of him being a better blocker than what we have in Mike Gesicki. I wanted to show some examples of his ability to do so, and I'll be doing that in the film when you watch the film today while I give my in-depth evaluation of him. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. I know tomorrow is Monday and the Monday blues are upon us, but hopefully some Hunter Long content will keep you guys in a good mood when you wake up, because the more I dove into him, the more I realized that, this guy could be the missing piece to the 12-man personnel that we've been waiting for. He offers you a lot more in terms of catching the football and just as a weapon than what Shaheen and Durham Smythe or all those other developmental projects probably ever will. So, and he's obviously clearly a much better blocker than what Gesicki is right now. So, we'll get into that. I usually give about 20 minutes, let people get into the room, and then we go and get it done. Shout out to everyone who's already shown up and is showing love in the comment section. Shout out to Chad, Vicken checking out, Jason, Troy, FSU baby, Omar, Jeremiah, Tommy, Jorge, Sharif, Andre, DY2, Red Comet, Irving, Hammer, DF, Ryan, Barry Bailey, Fife Dog, Hammer, very tired of doing this, Jeff, Kieran, Chef Juice, Scott, I believe I already said checking out, Barry, J Fam, Jansen, shout out to everyone showing love. Go ahead, hit that like button for the Florida born, Kentucky grown. Rhino Sith, John Doe, shout out to all of you. We are about 70 away from hitting 4,100. So let's keep, if you're new here, let's go ahead. Let's smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here. If you're not new here, just go ahead, smash that like button, show love, share, and support. Appreciate everyone for coming through. Scorpion King, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? So obviously the big news of the day, and we'll start off with this. This is really the only news that's gone on during this weekend, and that is in regards to the Titans acquired Julio Jones today. The Falcons get a 2022 second rounder and a 2023 fourth rounder. The Titans get Julio in a sixth rounder in 2023. The Titans take on Jones's salary of $15.3 million in 2021, and the rest of the deal. The Falcons have $7.775 million in dead money this year off the deal. Now, there seems to be a little bit of like a discrepancy going on where people are all of a sudden ready to claim the Titans as a Super Bowl contender. What's good, Chris? Am I the only one? What's good, Jean Carlos? Am I the only one who isn't really that moved by the acquisition of Julio Jones? And I know when I open it up after I do the prospect preview, a lot of you guys are going to come on, and this is probably the main subject, one of the main talking points. But, I mean, the guy's 32. All right, now, I know he only battled injuries really last year, so I'm not going to call him injury riddled. And I do think he's good. I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. But we all saw Tannehill for 7 years. And what I mean by that is, and we've seen what happened in Tennessee so far. If you take away Derrick Henry, if you take him out of the equation defensively, and you put it all on Ryan Tannehill, he's really not going to beat you. So, and I'm glad he went there than New England. I mean, that's for sure. But do I think this puts them even over top of the Indianapolis Colts? I don't think so. I just don't. I just do not think. Well, Florida born. I don't actually agree. Julio's the best receiver in the NFL. Not anymore. I would say Calvin Ridley's trajectory. I think Calvin Ridley is going to blow up this year with Pitts, but I would not say Julio Jones is the best receiver in the NFL. I just can't. I can't go there. Now, is he top 5, top 7? Yeah. But I don't think I think he's beyond that now. Like, I would honestly sit here. I would say Devontae Adams is probably the best receiver in the NFL right now. I would say, DeAndre Hopkins is there. I would say Tyreek is there. I would say DK Metcalf has to be in the discussion. I would say Allen Robinson has to be in the discussion, considering what Allen Robinson's done in the quarterback play he's had. I mean, Julio's had Matt Ryan throwing him the football. But, yeah, I would put like Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Allen Robinson above Julio right now, and I would even have the conversation with DK Metcalf. And Stephon Diggs needs to be a good point, Jansen. Stephon Diggs needs to be in that discussion too. And EJ makes a good point. He might not even outperform AJ Brown because AJ Brown's a top 10 guy. I will give them that. They officially have 2 top 10 receivers in the league. That's great, but again, there's only so much ball that can go around. So I don't know. I appreciate you, Vicken. Man, thank you very much, sir. But yeah, like, I know we play the Titans this year. I do believe in our secondary being able to lock that down. It's just a matter of when we face them, if our run defense is going to be in a place where they can handle Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry allows that offense to open up into the play action. But the other thing too is that a lot of people are accounting for with that offense, right, is they lost their offensive coordinator who went where? Became the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, right? So, yeah, I think not enough people are accounting for the loss of Arthur Smith to Atlanta. I think, that offense in Tennessee is going to look a whole hell of a lot different, especially considering they ran the most 12-man personnel in the NFL last year and they've lost Jonnu Smith, right? So, are they now just going to be leaning on AJ Brown, Derrick Henry, and Julio Jones? We'll see, because their tight end options really aren't anything to, shake a stick at right now. I think they got Anthony Frisker, like Jeff Swam, and Jared Pinkney. Like, they don't really have a good tight end room now. So we'll see how it works out for them, but it's going to be a totally different looking offense over there in Tennessee. So, 12-man personnel is one of the hardest personnel groupings to defend, and that is kind of out of the cards for the Tennessee Titans. So we'll see how it goes. But I still think Julio is a top 10 guy. I just don't think he's the top 5 guy that we were all worried about, or the top 3 guy. So we'll see, because we're going to have a chance to lock him down, aren't we? And it's going to be interesting to see what goes on when we face him this year. Jansen, the offensive coordinator in Tennessee is Todd Downing. And Todd Downing, sorry, just making sure I got my video lined up here. We're gonna get into it in a couple minutes here. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Todd Downing is the offensive coordinator. Jansen. He was formerly the tight ends coach, and they promoted him. So, and here's the thing about Tennessee: their offensive line is not that good. They lost Conklin like last free agency. They whiffed on Isaiah Wilson. You know what I mean? Like their offensive line isn't even scaring me right now. So, I mean, other than Taylor Lewan and Ben Jones, I know they drafted Dylan Radunz from North Dakota State this year, and I think they've kicked him to right tackle, hoping that he can fill the void. But Tennessee, yeah, they don't really worry me, which is crazy considering if it was 3 or 4 years ago and they got Julio, we'd all be worried pretty much. And yeah, Nick makes a good point. Their defense isn't very good either. They've lost some names, and they drafted Caleb Farley. They're the ones who drafted Caleb Farley, right? I believe they are the ones. Let me just check. Let me make sure. Yeah, they're the ones who drafted Caleb Farley, right? They did add Bud Dupree. And Rashaan Evans is a fantastic linebacker, and Jeffrey Simmons is the defense is one of the better young defensive tackles in the league. But I just don't think their defense is that great either. We'll see what it turns into. But they also drafted Monty Rice, the linebacker out of Georgia, too. So they drafted Rashad Weaver, the defensive end out of Pitt as well, too, if I believe. So we'll see a pretty young defense too. So we'll see what goes down. If our offense is clicking and rolling by the time we roll up against Tennessee, I think we'll be in good shape, man, for sure. So we'll give it about another 6 minutes, and I'll open it up. And I'll head into that Hunter Long prospect preview, and then I'll open it up to you guys for a little bit, and we'll have some discussion. What's going on, the show? How you doing? Hello, Tony Usawa. How you doing, man? Hope everyone's doing good tonight, man. Hope everyone enjoyed the barbecues. What's up, Justice? How you doing, bro? Hope everyone enjoyed the barbecues. What's up, Ian North Cisco? How you guys doing? And I also got to say this too, man. What's going on, Rome Gray? The feedback we got on the show that me and Yama had on Friday, some of y'all really took it to heart, huh? Some people really, really, really up in their feelings, man, and just they look like they're the type where they believe that this front office can do no wrong. I'm gonna tell you though, it's a real discussion people need to have. So we'll see what happens. Who is Ocho Cinco fighting? I saw videos of the weigh-in and stuff. I know that Mayweather Logan Paul thing is going on tonight. Basically, probably by the time I'm done, the Logan Paul fight will be starting, if you actually think about it. Appreciate you, show. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully tonight's a little fire too. Oh man. Everyone, give Justice some love in the comment section. His dog passed away today, so hasn't been too well. She drowned. Wow, what a way to go. Damn. That's terrible, man. Showing you some love, Justice, man. I know how hard it can be. I lost my dobe a couple years ago to cancer after he battled it for about, I want to say 10 months. CBD oils actually really helped extend his life. But man, my thoughts and prayers. My sister just put down her one dog, Buddy, about 3 months ago, and then her other dog Lexi just got put down 2 days ago too. So for some reason, people are going through it right now, man, with the puppies. So sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're doing well, Justice. What up, Ramon? How you doing, brother? True Seeker Chris, how you doing? So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna repeat it because we got more people in the room right now. Once we get into the Hunter Long, why we get it once we get into the Hunter Long video, I want you guys to realize that when you see running plays, that's because the run came to Hunter Long's side. So just so y'all know, because some of y'all might not remember, Hunter Long is number 80 for Boston College. So just keep that in mind when it starts, because I didn't even bother. I didn't have time to screw around with that program. My buddy laid out a tutorial for me to properly use it. So I'll be doing, I want to do some film breakdowns after I do Jared Dokes. I'm going to do Jared Dokes this coming week. And then after that, I wanted to get into specific player breakdowns. I'm probably going to I'm actually going to take it to the Patreon and let my Patreons vote on the player breakdowns that they want to see. And then I'll let y'all know. But the options are going to be Xavier Howard. I'm going to breaking down every Xavier Howard interception, breaking down Raekwon Davis's rookie season, and what was the other one I had in mind? Oh, why Robert Hunt should be kicked into guard or is being kicked into guard. So I'm going to give those options to my Patreons, take that to a vote, and I'll actually probably let the members. If you're a member, I'll let you vote. I'll make a community post. It'll be in the community tab. I'm going to put it up tomorrow. It'll be under the community tab, and you'll be able to vote if you're a member. If you're not a member, you won't even see the post. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be in the community post. So, and actually on Patreon, I just put up a poll tonight. So go ahead and go look at the Patreon if you're a part of it. And I've got put up a poll for you guys just because I had a question that I thought was you have to find a flaw here. So I wanted to see what people's thoughts were on what I posted in the Patreon. So go show some love. But yeah, so if you're a member, you will see the poll come up tomorrow. If you're a patron, you will see the poll come up tomorrow as well. And then I'm going to do a breakdown. I'm going to do a breakdown of either Xavier Howard's 10 interceptions, Raekwon Davis's rookie season, or why Robert Hunt is best suited in at guard. So go give it a look-see tomorrow, community tab for members only, and on Patreon. For the Patrons, I'll be taking votes. So yeah, we're going to get into about a minute. I'll get into Hunter Long, and we'll get into the evaluation as well as the all 22 highlight package I put together for y'all. Again, remember number 80. When you see running plays, that's because the run came to his side. There's some big blocks that you guys are gonna see, man. So let's get into it. I'm gonna break it down right now. We'll hop into it, and then after we do this breakdown, we are going to open up the show to the viewers and let y'all come on and give some of your thoughts. All right. So we get all situated here. Let me see here. Hold on. The Islanders can suck my dick, D-Dub. And it's not the Islanders, it's Barry Trotz. Barry Trotz beat us with the Washington Capitals, and then he beat us with the Islanders. It's Barry Trotz out coaching Mike Sullivan. It's actually not the players owning us. All right. Juan Carlos 499 says the Dolphins have been assembling like the Avengers. We know that the Avengers always find a way to win. God damn, I'm hoping, bro. I am hoping. Also, D-Dub, the Islanders haven't won a Stanley Cup since the 80s. Last I checked, we've been to 4 and won 3 since 2008, and we've won 5 since 1991. So who owns who? All right, let's get into this. Let me pull this up. All right, let's roll with it. So again, number 80, when you see run plays, it's to his side. I'm trying to highlight him opening up lanes because he did it pretty well for A.J. Dillon in 2019. All right, so let's hop into this right now. All right. Video file. All right, let's go. All right, selected 81st overall in the third round. Hunter Long came as a surprise when selected in the 2021 NFL Draft to many Dolphin fans, especially with fan favorite Quinn Miners remaining on the board. This pick also had many eyebrows raised as it's a high investment in a position the Miami Dolphins seem to be set at in a lot of our eyes. Long had an impressive career at Boston College and was a reliable, dependable target for the Eagles. Long is a far more rounded out and overall polished prospect than what Mike Gesicki was when he was drafted out of Penn State by the Miami Dolphins. He's quite a good route runner and displayed a pretty expansive route tree during his time at Boston College, creating separation with his body twitch and clean cuts out of his breaks. His catch radius doesn't get talked about either and doesn't get talked about enough in general, but he's displayed the ability to catch poorly thrown balls that at times look like they were well beyond his reach, because as watching his all 22 footage, the one thing that constantly leaps out is porous quarterback play. He's very capable at the catch point too. Knows how to use his long 6'5", 253-pound frame to go up and beat defenders by high pointing the football. He's also got very sure hands, only dropping 5 passes during his time at Boston College. If the ball is in his area or radius, he's grabbing that football and he's coming down with it. Long also displays a crazy wingspan that helps with his radius at 83 inches. I think he's an underrated athlete, to be honest. A 4.63 40, a 4.42 short shuttle, a 7.41 cone, which is probably his worst measurement, a 10-foot 2-inch broad jump, and a 32.5-inch vertical. Yes, those are not Kyle Pitts numbers or measurements, especially that underwhelming 3 cone like I mentioned. But if you were to go by his RAS, he ranked 132nd out of 927 tight ends measured since 1987. He's also shown the ability when he gets in open space that he can get away from defenders, giving him a good amount of yards after the catch, but the majority of the time he comes off as a more of a chain mover. He knows where they are and he'll get the ball there. He's not an every down home run threat by any means. He isn't quite the contested catch machine that Gesicki is. He can make them, but sometimes he doesn't come down with the football because he clearly hears defenders' footsteps. But this isn't a huge concern because confidence in your ability to catch the football can change that type of flaw, especially at the next level. He's very effective against zone, showing off a high football aptitude to find the soft areas and sit in them for a completion to make defenders pay. He also shows a knack for being in the right spot when breaking off of his routes, when plays break down and the quarterbacks have to improvise, which is a great ability to possess as a receiver that bails his quarterback out of sticky situations, gains a quarterback's trust and confidence. As a blocker, Hunter Long is not only very willing and able to do the dirty work, he's also pretty effective at it. He can chip or show off his good fundamentals and technique by squaring up and driving defenders off the edge to open up lanes by stringing them out. He's just as effective in run blocking as he is when he's being used in pass pro, and is arguably the best blocking tight end of the 2021 draft class, with maybe only Pat Freiermuth being in the same tier. This will really help him to see more downs and gain more experience early on in his career, as the more on-field reps young players can have, the more likely they are to develop quicker than those who play sporadically. And I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up as a 3-down tight end, given his receiving ability blended with his blocking prowess. He's also shown good balance and a strong lower half, which allows him to handle power rushes if they come his way, and he isn't an easy task to merely move aside. This also allows him to be positional versatile, as he has no problem lining up in line, in the slot as previously mentioned, or even outside where he's seen a limited amount of reps. Shows no issue with sealing off opposing defenders, and shows the competitive nature you need to finish reps off while never taking a snap off, always giving it 110%. Now, do not get me wrong. Hunter Long is by no means the perfect prospect. There is no perfect prospect. Like any rookie, he still has some things that he's going to need to clean up at the next level. But the positive thing is there isn't a lot. He can sometimes be inconsistent catching with his body, and this is where some of his drops can come from when you watch him on tape. Like I said earlier, too, he isn't the most reliable with contested catches, and sometimes a lot of traffic around the ball can lead to bad drops as well. As good of a route runner as he is, he does sometimes show instances where he can start to round them off just a tad. So being consistent and making sure every cut is sharp is going to be vital for him at the next level, considering he isn't the most speedy guy and relies on his wits and route running ability to create the majority of the separation he gains. The lack of speed, too, can show up with his inability at times to produce big gains after the catch. He can do it when he catches the ball in open space, but at the next level, you're going to have to make guys miss or run past them more often than not, because bodies will be around the ball. He could also stand to work on his release off the line of scrimmage, as he isn't that explosive off of it when lined up in the slot or outside, so crispening his footwork off of the line of scrimmage will be imperative to his success. It's obvious why the Miami Dolphins drafted Hunter Long. He fits perfectly with a team that runs a ton of 12-man personnel, as Boston College ran a ton of 12-man personnel specifically in 2019, especially considering the Dolphins run it on 28% of their offensive snaps. A lot of people like to say the Dolphins are doing things the Patriot way. Well, we all saw what they did with the pairing of Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. Hernandez was a playmaker and a below-average blocker, while Gronk was the more well-rounded of the two, and Gesicki and Long as a duo can give you basically the poor man's version of that. I don't see the 12-man personnel frequency dipping this year, especially if Gesicki does stick around long-term, because it's one of, if not the hardest personnel grouping to defend in the NFL, as seen by Bill Belichick signing Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith to return the Patriots to that style. Do I think Hunter Long's arrival signals the end of Gesicki here long-term and puts the writing on the wall? No. Not right away, but you have to be wary of the situation, because if Long excels at the next level and gives you a more rounded out option at the position, it's definitely going to put leverage in the hands of the Miami Dolphins and not in the hands of Mike Gesicki and his agent. I do think they would franchise tag him, or at worst transition tag Mike Gesicki at the end of the season if it's not used elsewhere, with the franchise tag coming in at $11.3 million and the transition tag coming in at about $9.6 million. And then they play it out for at least another year if the two find success together, which I do think they will. Overall, now that I've had time to digest the pick, I really do like it and realize that Long puts pressure on that whole tight end room, not just Gesicki, to get better this year and step their game up even further. I do think he may affect Durham Smythe's long-term future with the Dolphins, especially if Gesicki is in the future plans. When you step back and look at why they drafted Hunter Long, it just makes sense. He's the best route runner in our tight end room, a dependable run and pass blocker, has a very high football IQ, and if Gesicki's demands are too rich for this team, he's your safety net so you're not left with Smythe, Shaheen, Ethan Carter, and developmental guys like Chris Myrick and Jabri Blount as your options. I, for one, want them to keep Gesicki around because if he does take a step forward with his blocking, I believe him and Hunter Long can turn into one of the best tight end duos in the entire NFL. And who better to utilize him in 12-man personnel than Brian Flores, the man who saw what a nightmare Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski were firsthand for opposing defensive coordinators. Drafted at 81, Hunter Long has the ability and the tools to become yet another potential steal for the Miami Dolphins in the 2021 NFL Draft when we look back on it in 5 years. And like I said, when you dive into his tape, you'll know even with poor quarterback play, somehow, some way, Hunter Long kept the chains consistently moving, which you like to see. I mean, look at that catch he just made in bracketed coverage. Phenomenal stuff. I really do like this kid. I really do think he is going to be our long-term option at the position just because of not only the fact of his ability, but he's on a cheap contract for the next 4 years. So that's something you have to look at. And the great thing about him this past season at Boston College, A.J. Dillon was the focal point in 2019, and he was now gone this year. What happened this year was they put the onus on Hunter Long being the main point of focus for their offense. And the guy delivered. I mean, we're talking about he opens up the season with 25 catches over the span of 3 games. And, you look at what he did in the first 4 games, too. He put up 93 yards and a touchdown against Duke. He put up 81 yards and a touchdown against Texas State. He put up 96 yards against North Carolina. He put up 93 yards against Pittsburgh. The guy just balled out. And then when they faced Virginia in the last game of the season, he had 109 yards on 8 catches and a touchdown. He consistently got better every year. I mean, there's not much you can say about Hunter Long except when he was depended on this year in the Boston College offense, the man showed up and the man delivered. And now it'll be interesting to see how things pan out when he's depended upon a little bit more at the next level in the Miami Dolphins offense, which I think he will be right out of the gate. I do see him potentially seeing a lot more snaps in 12-man personnel than what Gesicki will see. And that's just because if you put him with either Smythe or Shaheen, you have to be wary of both sides and where, because the ball can be ran to either or, yet the ability Hunter Long offers you as a pass catcher and a route runner far exceeds what Durham Smythe and Adam Shaheen will be able to offer you as pass catchers. And those are my thoughts on Hunter Long, guys. I know you saw a lot of there was that one play, if you guys go back, I loved it against Duke, where the quarterback rolled out, and it was a quarterback keeper, and he rolled out to the left, and that block that Hunter Long laid for him against the initial defender was absolutely really, really good. So I do think Hunter Long is a good selection now. And I get it. They're being smart. They're trying to, it goes back to what I said in the evaluation. If Gesicki ends up being too rich and you develop this guy properly, you just slide him in as your main target. And then you figure out the number 2 guy behind him because they're getting ahead of the curve. That's why you can't hate on the pick. They're getting ahead of the curve. They're not allowing Gesicki to walk potentially after the season and they're caught sitting on their hands with just a compensatory pick. So you got to appreciate the fact that they're getting ahead. So I like the pick. I'm using the word like, I'm not using the word love, but I really like the pick. And I do think Hunter Long is going to be successful as a Miami Dolphin. I really do. So, and like I said, when you run that 12-man personnel and Shaheen and Smythe are seeing the majority of the snaps, as a defensive coordinator and as if you were a defensive player, would you be threatened at the potential of one of those guys going up the seam or one of those guys coming across the middle and making you pay? Probably not. You would not be at all. You wouldn't be in the slightest. Now with Hunter Long, you got to be a little bit on your toes because Hunter Long can make you pay. Now I noticed a lot of the stuff you saw too, and I do think a lot of the reason why I didn't see an overwhelming amount of yak plays was the poorest quarterback play. The quarterback play that he's put up with over the last 2 years has been absolutely awful. Okay. Poor. And they didn't really put him in a position to excel in open space or but you saw that one that was like a 30-yard gain where he made a few guys miss and he gained about 30 yards. So he does have the ability, but just from what I've seen on tape, and that's all I can go by, he's more of a chain mover than he is a home run threat. Now, I do think he can be a damn good threat in the red zone too. And I know there was a couple instances you saw where the plays broke down. He rerouted his route, broke off, improvised, quarterback found him. His ability to do that, he has a very high aptitude. So that's, I think that's another reason why Flores and them love it. He just seems like a high character, smart guy. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see how it develop. And, I can't lie. I had him as my tight end 3. I had him above Brevin Jordan. I'm not a huge Brevin Jordan fan. Mine went Pitts, Fairmouth, and then Long. Sorry, no, I had him as my tight end 4. I apologize. Tommy Tremblay was my tight end 3 from Notre Dame because you want to talk about a blocker, Jesus. But Hunter Long's right there with him as a blocker. The thing is, Tommy Tremblay needs to develop as a pass catcher, but the potential is there for a guy like Tommy Tremblay. Anyways, I digress. It wasn't that far between Tommy Tremblay and Hunter Long. Let me put it that way. But I do think he is well-rounded. I do think he is going to be a good pick in the long run. I don't think, they didn't make a bad selection. Can't hate on it. You really can't. And especially when you run as much 12-man personnel. I don't know if you guys heard the number, but 28% of our offensive plays were in 12-man personnel last year. So you got to think about that. And Smythe has 1 year left on his contract, and we all know what Smythe's ceiling is, right? He's probably reached it. Shaheen, he's reached his ceiling. So, yeah, I got no issues with the selection. But, and the other thing we got to realize with Quinn too, because, I wanted Quinn just as much as the next guy. Quinn was a project at center. Quinn was a guard that was being converted to center. So people have to realize that too, right? So, and they've already got a project in Michael Dieter right now. So would they have invested all that time in now another project at center? That obviously they felt drafting another tight end was more important. So I ain't going to hate on it. But what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the link for you guys to come in and come up here. Cisco asked, does Durham make the team? I say no. I do have him as my surprise odd man out, like I've said before. But if they're carrying 4 tight ends, are you really going to put Myrick or Jabri Blount over him? Probably not, right? So it all depends on how many they're carrying. That's literally what it comes down to. That's good, Rhino.
Good evening, Reason. Thank you for doing that, man. That's very good.
Yo, was it a bit laggy by any chance?
The computer the connection seemed to be stuttering a tiny bit. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on my VPN right now. I didn't disconnect it.
What's going on, Florida born?
Florida.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, show, and what's going on, Red Comment? How you boys
What's happening?
doing?
Nice breakdown, man.
So, Reason,
Yeah, I apologize. I didn't take my VPN off, and I didn't want to turn it off, then have to back out and come back in when I was the only guy up here.
so Will Forrest firing.
What's good, everyone? Fins up.
Fins up, baby.
Oh, the lion.
What's going on? What's going on, Red Comment? What are you saying there?
Will Forrest firing in Miami.
Yeah, I saw his Instagram update. 305, baby.
What's going on, everybody?
Ennis. Easy, man.
Hey, bro.
What's going on, Ennis?
man,
What's going on, Martin?
Martin.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Florida.
Hanging, man.
Great
show.
work, Reason. It's great work, man.
Very good.
It's a couple of times, I've been able to just take in, and we need this during the off season until the training camp and stuff comes around. And I appreciate that, man.
No lie, we're real lucky fan base to have a film junkie like you, Reason, and take the time to break it down, bro. You teach a lot of us out here. I know you've taught me a lot.
Yeah, he's an enlightener. He's an enlightener.
No joke.
He's one of the illuminated ones, guys. Sorely needed.
Yes.
But I really like what this guy brings to the table, man. I'm starting to kind of veer away from NFL comparisons, player by player.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, like the type of catches this guy was making, bro, it reminded me of Jeremy Shockey, and I'm a homer, when it comes to the youth. But Jeremy Shockey wasn't that explosive either, like as far as run after the catch. But he can run you over, but he's not, breaking away from you. Yeah. But contested catches and just being reliable in clutch time, very similar, but half of the migraine as far as Jeremy Shockey's on and off the field antics. So this solid pick, man.
The Dolphins did a really good job this offseason to getting more people who can like move the change, because during the whole season, Tua is like the lowest quarterback in third downs, but all of them were his fault. A lot of them were basically drops. So like in very key moments, the players wouldn't come up clutch. Like I was saying the other day, the Chief game and the Patriot game.
Yes,
those are really gonna change now. The more explosive players as well.
What did you say about Downs? What did you say about Downs? Say it again.
I think Tua is like the worst quarterback on third down or something like that. But it's not really like all his fault. You know what I mean? There was plays where
Well, we all remember when Jakeem Grant dropped it against the Raiders on a key third down too, right?
Yeah.
So that's his stats on third down: 33 of 66, 307, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Not even that bad.
That's a pressure down too, so that's pretty decent, bro.
And he was doing it at 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s, because they wasn't really getting anything on 1st and 2nd down.
True, thanks, Chan.
3rd and 10 bubble screen.
Yeah.
I sent a message to Reason, and I don't want to come off of the tight end topic, but Reason got my message. My sentiment really was, look, they put all of their eggs in Chan Gailey and Fitz. That cost us playoff advancement. That's basically the sentiment. They didn't know. They didn't expect the evolving of Tua.
I don't think they expected the progression of the defense as it came to. I think they're
surprised. Yes.
So there's a case to be made that a year was wasted.
No. Honestly, man, we were a year ahead, bro. Like if we're thinking about how the rebuild actually occurred.
I'm saying from not getting Chan Gailey's standpoint, buying into Tua from draft day. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Okay. So I understand that, but as far as the team concept, in 2020, the defense caught on. You know, as far as like maybe after like the third and fourth game, defense caught on. But I'm telling you, the offense and more specifically Tua, everyone once he was drafted, everyone was pretty much saying we wouldn't mind him sitting the entire season. So when they had him in at camp and they had him in the building, they were like, you know, this kid is actually ahead of schedule when it comes to, you know, can he play this year? They saw him in practice. They were like, you know what? Bottom line, this guy does not turn the ball over. Put him in, you know, and that's what they did. I think they weren't expecting him to be ready, which is why I think that was the Chan Gailey hiring. They just wanted Fitz to be comfortable last year.
Can I say something, Martin? The more I think about it, I think what Reason said is 100% correct. They were planning on the 11 week, the bye situation, you know, to bring him in. Then it changed, and they look up and they're like, "Wow, man, we're in the middle of a playoff hunt here, and we're seeing consistency and a smart quarterback in practice in Tua, I'm assuming, you know, not making mistakes." And they're like, wow, maybe we can do this because we have such a good defense. Let's see if he can handle the pressure. And maybe that's what their mindset was at that point. It's like, it's an opportunity here to see if he can actually handle the stress. And I'll make an argument he did. 6-3.
Absolutely.
That's a rookie. So
absolutely.
Maybe that was their mindset. Maybe they're not going to come out and say it. I don't know.
They won't.
Which heavily affected the 50% on third down is my point. You buy in from draft day, he has gutsy. He doesn't have that 50% on third down.
And Rhino, you gotta take this too. Think about this. He really got that 6-3 record when it mattered the most. Usually, like, you know, quarterbacks kind of pick up their wins and losses, kind of more their wins kind of earlier in the season. He got that when he was playing in November, December, where football matters the most, playing for that playoffs.
And what was one of those wins? Against a guy who eats rookie quarterbacks for breakfast.
Patriots,
Absolutely.
He got that win against Belichick, and he doesn't get enough praise for that win, man.
And Florida born. Not that I'm trying to you know, throw the guy that was drafted after Tua under the bus, but people are saying we should have or could have drafted Justin Herbert because of how he performed last year, right? But I don't know what's really gonna satisfy anyone. Do you want stats or do you want wins? Because I'm telling you right now, Herbert did light it up. He had, you know, a really good rookie season, but every single game that he played in, those times he was up against like the Saints, or he was up against the Broncos, or he was up against the Chiefs, and he just lost, bro. He could not, and people are gonna say, well, it was coaching. But honestly, if you really that dude and you're up and they're saying you that dude, you got to finish out those games, bro. And I just didn't see it last year. But not to hate on him, but it was just the truth.
And that's all I'm saying, Martin. Like, Herbert had really good 3 quarters, but isn't a franchise quarterback gonna finish them 4 quarters consistently?
The closer. That's why I like Eli over Peyton, bro.
It's even worse than that. It's even worse than that to me. It drives me nuts. If he was so clear cut, why wasn't he the first quarterback taken? Because he had the best season last year.
True.
By a billion miles, right? So that's why I don't like these people like Howard at the base of it. If you knew so damn much, why weren't you complaining the night of the draft that he wasn't taken first?
Right.
If not, shut up, bro. That's all I can say.
It's all hindsight. It's all hindsight 2020, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He had the bus tag on it. Reason talked about it. We watched the Oregon games, man. He did some scary stuff at Oregon. No one saw that coming with Herbert. No one saw that coming.
Yo,
Guys,
show. You know what? Just to add your point, so many people like they want to kind of castrate me for what I said about Justin Herbert, who obviously didn't listen to my evaluation of Herbert from last year.
But you were right, dude.
Well, here's the thing. Think of it. If you actually go to my evaluation, yes, on TD's channel, I might have said, oh, the bust factor worries me. But in my evaluation, I never used the word bust. I never said you're going to be a bust.
Yeah.
In fact, I said when his mechanics line up and they're perfect, he makes throws that, quote unquote, leave me in awe. The thing was, think about how many people, if you're going to hold me to that standard, how many people in mainstream media should fucking lose their job because they were coming out and straight up saying the kid was going to be a bust.
Yeah. No, I agree. He was a little nerve-wracking, you know what I mean, to draft. You know, he had that NFL body everyone loved, but like, dude, when he went off script at Oregon, he was so often inaccurate. He terrible. He tried to kind of rely on his mechanics when you couldn't. You got to go more arm slot, like a baseball player. You know what I mean? And and that scared me, man. So I'm like, dude, I don't know if this guy, because he's so athletic, but I don't know if he could be accurate when he leaves the pocket. That was Oregon, man. So he was an anomaly, dude. And it's all hindsight 2020. But guys, here's my thing on Tua. Klump kind of scared me a little bit, and this is my thing on Tua. And this is, I know we have a new regime, right? We got stability, all right, but Flores has been kind of effing around with these offensive coordinators. And you know, my buddy said this, man, when we drafted Tua a year ago, he says, dude, I hope we give this kid stability, because, you know, with all the revolving doors that the franchises have, with coaches coming and going, GMs coming and going, new coaches, my players, your players, there's no stability, man. And you see some of these quarterbacks that get kind of ruined because they have a different coordinator every year and they got a new coach every year, right? We need to give, and it looks like we're doing it this year. But, you know, Klump brought that up, right, Reason? And it kind of like, it kind of shuddered me a little bit that we got to give Tua stability, man. You know what I mean?
We spoke about that with Jim Caldwell. Reason and I a couple of weeks ago. The stability was there with Jim Caldwell. His health took that out. From there, we didn't have stability. So that's not Tua's fault. That's not the Dolphins' fault.
No, it's not Tua's fault. I'm saying moving forward, you know, like with the coordinators and the offense. What we're saying is, are we going to give that to him in the future? That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what messed it up in the first place. I think we're just trying to just find that, because I think Jim Caldwell would have just still been here, right? That's kind of how, I mean, we talked about Mark Walton. We wouldn't have had to look for a running back if Mark Walton would have just exploded.
Did he just get arrested?
Right?
I think he just got arrested again.
He just got arrested.
Yeah, he did.
Something about Pizza Hut.
It's like he wouldn't
let it go.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw the video.
I think so.
Yeah, he had an altercation at Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Dude,
but over the buffet?
Like just go. Dude.
Another Pizza Hut incident.
That's my dessert pizza.
Let's be real here, guys. Hello, real quick.
That's my personal pan.
Let's be real. Once you see those prices,
Michael Myers.
Once you see those prices, you'll trash Pizza Hut too. Now, come on, let's be real here.
You know what's crazy? Like, so I'm 36. Like 20 years ago, sitting down at Pizza Hut, like the experience was like so much better than what people.
Yes,
I know.
I agree.
Now it's it's trash, bro. Now
it's in and out. Pizza Hut's a side chick now, bro.
I've never had In and Out.
Did anyone watch the video? What happened to Walton?
No.
Nah, man.
So, dude,
was he throwing bows?
He wouldn't leave. He had a dispute over whether he bought it, and the manager called the cops. Get the hell out of here. He's got like his cousin with him, like begging him to leave, and he's arguing with the cop. The cop's all, dude, just take it up with corporate, get the hell out of here. So when he's leaving, in the parking lot, his cousin's on the ground, dude. Like Mark freaking K knocked him out because he got tired of them trying to drag him to leave. And then he ends up knocking out his cousin, dude. And then then the cops came around and what are you doing? And they ended up arresting him, man. Yeah, it was sad.
No, that's messed up.
The guy's just looking for trouble, dude.
He
had chances to walk away and he wouldn't.
He's idiot. He's looking to scrap. So I think he just
yeah.
And the fact that you hit your own blood, bro. That's to me that's disrespectful.
He shouldn't have came back to Miami.
Pyro, if you take the last pepperoni slice, we're throwing down, bro.
That's kind of what went down.
Nah. If I take the stuffed crust, man, we throwing down.
Honestly, that's the only thing I still order from there.
Stuffed crust.
Yeah.
Nah,
and I haven't ordered it in over a year, so.
I didn't introduce myself. I'm Pyro. What's up?
What's up, Pyro Myers?
Michael Myers.
I thought Pyro was already.
I don't know, guys. I like switching it up weekly.
Yeah, but that's a weird one.
Yours isn't better than mine though, Pyro. and it never will be better than mine.
Let me just tell you this: you guys
Two
say
layers of
mine's,
greatness.
you guys say mine's is weird, but yet a red comic can come here with a freaking terrifying dolphin lurking in the darkness.
It's a dolphin. It's a dolphin.
A dolphin that's lurking in the darkness. Okay.
It's stared into your soul, Rilo.
Right. That dolphin is looking right at you, like it knows exactly what you want from him.
Like it's stuck you outside his window.
You guys are hypocrites. That's all I gotta say.
Imagine that dolphin watching you eat the last slice of pizza.
Oh man, it's going down.
Hey, but
what do you guys think of Julio?
Ooh,
Titans, eh?
I'm not worried. Like, you take away Derrick Henry, I don't care how many weapons Tannehill has, he's probably not beating you.
I think we can lock up Julio, especially at his age. He's getting long in the tooth, and
but he can still play.
He can still play.
But
I'm just saying,
guys.
He's still good.
Yeah, he's still good. But I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Brown outproduces him, though.
I'm just saying, like, he's clearly past his prime, but I'm just saying, if it was prime Julio, yeah, I'll be a little worried. But
I would be too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just, he's past his prime, and plus our secondary is, it's freaking elite.
Like, let me ask you this. Here's the real question at hand when you think about the Julio. Is going from Matt Ryan to Ryan Tannehill a downgrade?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Passes at the line.
Oh, come on, Martin.
Tannehill
won a playoff game by throwing the ball 8 times, bro.
I was gonna say in practical sense, yes, that is a downgrade because Matt Ryan's a former MVP of this league. And
who knows Julio better than Matt
Ryan.
Like
the back of his hand, right? But I will say this about Ryan Tannehill. There were always stints of Ryan Tannehill just lighting up the world. Like he's one of those streaky quarterbacks in his league. Almost like
are you talking about checking down to break Marino's completion record in a game, bro?
Not when he was with the Dolphins. I mean when he was with the Titans, bro. Like when there was a moment in time.
I was gonna say, Martin, your phone's ringing. Mike Wallace is on the
line. But you know what, Martin? I just think that just to back you up a little bit, if you know, when Henry is, obviously when Henry is carrying the ball,
that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
if the run game gets going, then Julio's gonna light you up.
Then Julio's a problem, and equals Tannehill being a problem. But if you can, obviously lock up Henry and keep the damage to a minimum, then obviously the passing game is going to suffer from that.
And they went from running the most under Arthur Smith. They ran the most 12-man personnel in the NFL with Jonnu Smith. Now y'all can't even name a tight end they have there right now, and they got they promoted the tight ends coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
Todd Downing. I think their number one tight end right now is that Friskner kid.
Yeah, Frisker or something like that. Yeah,
like
he sounds like a blocker. Sounds like a blocker.
Sounds like he frisked you down at the line of scrimmage. Bro.
It's obviously they're going run set
like AJ's gonna eat. AJ's gonna eat off of it. People are gonna respect Julio more. That's the problem, right?
I think that's what I kind of expect out of this Julio acquisition. Ryan Tannehill is a streaky good quarterback. Obviously, when he plays poorly, it's evident. Like, damn, that was bad, Ryan. But when he I don't know what it is, but when he plays at this high level, he is just tossing it around the yard. Like, and in 2019, bro, everybody was like, damn, there goes Ryan Tannehill. We let him go, and now he wants the ball. But he has those type of instances. And now when you add a Julio to that, I'm telling you, man, Julio can still play, bro. Like,
he can play.
I think
he's
honestly,
still a top 7, top 8 receiver.
I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt of top 10, but yeah, he's still one of those top guys in the league. And we still have AJ Brown on the other side, who had a monster season. Yeah. So I just expect Tannehill to really say to himself, I mean, you got the weapons. Can you make it happen? And if he can't, I think that's when Tennessee is going to be looking for a quarterback in 2022. To be honest. Because you can't have those two targets and not light up the world. But I digress.
Like, I mean, who would you guys? So, like, if you had to get like guys, I would put in front of Julio right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
I would put Justin Jefferson in the top 10, but he hasn't proven it enough, so I wouldn't put him ahead of Julio.
Fair.
Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
Allen Robinson, because I mean, if you can do what he's done with the kind of quarterbacks that come through here, imagine what the hell you're gonna do, right?
Right.
So what is that like? And I would put Metcalf. So what is that? 5 guys I named. So that would put Julio at like 6 right now.
Hey, you know who the real losers are today?
Say again?
The Patriots.
What about them?
They're the losers for today.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because Julio, if you were just running pure 12-man personnel and like your receiving options were Julio and Aguilar, that could be deadly. But he said he wants someone who can throw the ball long and he can just outrun DBs. Now, I don't think you're outrunning X or Byron there, bud, when you come over here. So knock yourself out. But no, Tannehill's got the arm to throw it. He's going to overthrow him. That's going to be the problem.
Matt Jones going to underthrow him.
This is the first time. This the first time Julio's went under 1,000 yards since 2013. That man is Mr. Consistency.
How many games did he miss too?
He played 9 games this year and still put up 771 yards.
That dude's the man, bro.
I got a question.
So he played less games than Parker and had more yards than Parker.
That's
disgusting.
Well, shouts to King.
So I mean, think of it. When your number 2 is Calvin Ridley,
oof.
I mean, it's basically pick your poison, bro.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, when we have this conversation next year, Calvin Ridley going to be a top 10 guy, bro.
Damn.
He's right on the cusp, bro.
I agree.
He's a route god,
Bro, you talk about a guy who's developed every year and progressed every year.
I really like Ridley.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast, bro.
He's a playmaker. Yeah.
And I'm going to go even up further on a limb. He's going to have a better career when it's all said and done than fellow Alabama receiver Amari Cooper.
I agree with that.
Because Amari fell off hard, and I don't think Calvin's going to be that type of guy. I think he's just going to get better and better and better and better.
And then stay consistent.
Yeah. He's like a mini Julio kind of, right?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's what made him so good is he's just so consistent.
Yeah.
I was about to say his route running might be better than Julio, bro.
I would say it is.
If I'm getting
I think he's actually a top 5 route runner in the NFL.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic. That's a guy and people would hate me because I think, obviously everyone knows I love me some Tyler Lockett, but that's a guy who I think is vastly underrated by a lot of people is Calvin Ridley, and one of the few players I would probably sell the farm for.
Because you know what you're getting.
You're one of my favorite wide receivers.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Low key, I love McLaurin, man.
McLaurin F1. Bro, I'll always love him, bro. He helped me win my one of my league championships in his rookie.
Oh yeah, I try to get him.
Yeah. Bro, he is going to eat with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he's a good receiver, man.
Oh, he's underrated as hell.
He's had so much bad quarterback play there. The dude gets
and look what he's done.
I know.
Right.
He's scary.
Bro,
Terry.
I'm telling you, bro, that's why I was like, this team needs to trade up and get one of these quarterbacks because Antonio Gibson, everyone's sleeping on him, bro, and he had an amazing rookie season, man. So they got the running back in place, and they got their number 1 weapon. And then don't they have what's the tight end they have there too? Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas. Yeah,
Logan Thomas. Yeah, he's a beast too.
Hey, he helped me win a championship this year.
I wanted us to draft him.
There was a question asked about the dark horse Super Bowl, and I said Dolphins versus Washington.
They're interesting, Washington. They are.
I mean, with that D, that's the only thing they're missing, and we see what Fitzpatrick did.
But does Fitz's arm last the whole season?
That's the question.
Yeah,
honestly, honestly, if I'm going to be unbiased and say who's going to have a better defense than the Dolphins, is going to be the Washington football team, bro.
Yeah, their D line is super legit.
Every level on their defense has playmakers.
Montez Sweat and Chase Young is going to be the best edge duo in the NFL.
And they still got Jonathan Allen, Payne in the middle. They just drafted the kid from Kentucky. My
boy Jamin Davis, baby.
They just signed the cornerback from Cincinnati, William Jackson III, who pretty much locked down Devontae Parker. If y'all really look back at that game, like they got real playmakers on every level of the Washington football team's defense. So that was just a no-brainer as far as Fitzpatrick signing to that team.
I think they should win that division again, bro.
They will. Yeah. I think they will.
Because do you think Dak's going to be the same?
No. Yeah, I'm not going to put him in that category.
At least not right away.
Not right away. He's gonna have to warm back up. That's why Ezekiel Elliott's been training so hard this entire offseason, bro. He knows it's gonna be on his shoulder.
Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott need to worry about not falling the damn ball every time he touches that shit.
I don't think he will.
Let me ask you this. Would you guys trade for Zeke?
Nah, man.
That's a good question.
Too much cocaine, bro. Too much cocaine.
Give up the second on a late round pick.
He need to stop eating that. He needs to start eating those big bowls of cereal.
Chicken noodle soups.
But look at that shows you. Look at how stout that offensive line was when he came in the league, and now a bunch of guys are retired or injuries have caused it to fall apart. Yeah, and he's not the same guy, right?
That's why I keep telling Dolphin fans we have to improve in the middle first. Jimmy Johnson did it. You know, Parcells did it. It's not get the big bell cow and then get the running. Because where is he gonna run?
But
if you have a guy with really good, here's the only counter to that. If you have a guy with elite vision,
true,
he can find the smallest hole and make something work. That's not really Zeke's game, right? Zeke is more like open it,
Barry Sanders,
through it, right? Exactly. Right. But like, you know, if you can find a guy with elite vision, they can make it happen. And if they got elite feet and speed, they can just bounce it out if it isn't there.
Make
Right, and truthfully, I think that's why Isaiah Spiller is tied to us. You know, come next year's draft because he's an Arian Foster type when it comes to his vision. Yeah,
I want him or Breece Hall from Iowa State. Give me one of the two.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm done with this running back. I'm done.
Look at this, Pyro.
It's over.
Pyro, there's going to be nothing left to draft. They're going to have to take the running back.
Man. I hope I'm wrong.
They'll pass. They'll get another tight end.
It'll be tight end. Yeah.
Yo, the tight end class next year is actually fucking.
That's what I'm saying, Reason. That's what I'm saying. We could have passed on Hunter long, but no, we did. We had to get him.
No, maybe they'll draft a tight end to replace Gesicki.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
We really eat it out there.
So, Reason.
Yo.
How would you feel about trading for Jerry?
For who? Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll trade him, but I would.
I was gonna say I don't know if the Broncos really want to.
Yeah, they won't. Because Ben Albright's been asked that ad nauseum by Dolphin fans, like especially when they were asking about like moving back from 3 to 10.
It won't make sense.
Well, they're stacked, right? They got my boy KJ Hamler I wanted last year,
and they got Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, who's coming back from injury.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about
if he was on the table, bro? Fucking right. Let's go.
What do you think about Mac Jones shit in the bed and looking like Papua? And what?
Yeah, you hear that, eh?
Yeah.
After Cam Newton,
it's not like it's a surprise.
Cam Newton hurt his hand, and Mac took a lot of the reps, and apparently didn't look very good.
They said Stidham.
And you know who I'm hearing the most good things about?
Stidham.
Yeah.
Justin Fields. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks. Talking about all the rookie quarterbacks.
Interesting.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. Stidham apparently was the one who looked the best out of him and Mac Jones.
That's sad.
That's not saying much.
Don't hate.
48-0.
I feel like Chicago finally did the right thing.
Bro, I need to we'll find out where Cam's staying so I can make sure that hand's broken. and so, because I want me some Mac Jones. Give me that macaroni.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Reason, just drop an anvil on his foot. Like the cartoons.
Yo, but I gotta
You
say
gonna
though,
sound
but
effect?
like back to tight end, man. Bro, between Isaiah Spiller and Jalen Weidermeyer, the tight end coming out, Texas A&M has some studs coming out next year, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't getting my hopes on for a running back. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I mean, if Gaskin doesn't work out this year,
it's hard.
He should play. He should play good, man. I like.
Yo, give me
Gaskins this year.
Brees. Give me Brees or Isaiah though, bro. Come on.
I like Isaiah more. I just based off of his vision, man. I've been watching his film.
I don't think you can go wrong with either one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brees offers you a little bit more as a pass catcher.
True.
Isn't Brees always working?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was wondering, if you were to keep 6 wide receivers, and knowing that our special teams is very elite as well, who would you keep number 6? Would you keep Mark Jones because he plays well at that position?
Matt Collins?
Or
Wouldn't he be
Mike
a
Collins,
7?
or would number 6 receiver, or would you try to get
I'm carrying
5?
I'm carrying 7 because
Yeah,
I'm
I would probably
carrying
carry 7.
Okay, so would you let Mark Collins slide in there at number 7 because
he's
of his
gonna make the
special
team?
teams?
Yeah, he's gonna make the team, bro.
All right.
That's
So,
good.
Is there a
that being
possibility?
said, would you have 5 speedsters, or you would get rid of Wilson? Or
So
Brown?
if I was carrying 7,
Wilson's got
DV Pre, Preston, I've been banging Wilson for like over a year now, coming back. Because even if you go back to when I talked about Albert Wilson, if you go back to when he opted out, you can find the stream. I was really pissed off because I felt he fit the mold of an Alabama receiver out of everyone he had at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping Wilson, obviously Waddle, obviously Fuller, Bowden, and then Matt Collins.
Yeah.
I like
consider like the big 4 if you consider Preston, the 2 Preston, DVD, Parker, then we got Waddle, Fuller, and then if you got 3 spots left, right? Is that what you're saying, Reason? You're going
So my
with,
follow-up question
Wilson,
would be
Hollins, and Bowden. Yeah, I like that, man.
my follow-up question would be: can we put Bowden on the practice squad because of his contract?
No. He
He'll
will get
gobbled
snatched up in a second, bro.
Yeah, he was a 3rd round draft pick, man. I mean, the kid's a player, man. So he, I know people were talking like Malcolm Perry versus Bowden. Bowden
ain't winning that battle, bro. It's over.
Bowden was a solid
Wrap it up.
player, man. The
man.
kid's like an extreme athlete, and it was 3rd round, right, from Raiders. Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
3rd round draft pick, man.
I got a feeling about Malcolm Perry though, bro. If he doesn't make our roster, that I think that kid's gonna get snatched up quick too.
Yeah.
I just like he didn't have as many repetitions as most of the rookies that we had last year. But every time he was on the field, bro, I don't know, man. There's something about Malcolm Perry, bro. He just made like some plays, bro. Like and when the ball came his way.
Yeah. Well, what about Reason's boy, Kurt Merrick?
Well,
Kurt got to get on the field.
Who do you think we could put on the practice squad?
Did you see Kirk Merrick shared a video of him and Hunter Long are hanging out?
I got a question for you, Reason. Wilson or Merritt?
Wilson.
Yeah,
because I know
him and 2 are looking good together.
So Reason, who do you think would be put on the practice squad with not the jeopardy of losing them to another team? You think like Malcolm Perry, Martin, he'd get picked up, right?
I think Malcolm's getting picked up, bro.
Yeah,
like he didn't have as many reps as you would like, but all of his reps are you can look at those and say I can work with that if you get him. I think
Merritt's safer because no one's really seen him.
Yeah,
precisely. Yes.
And Callaway took that position because he was.
But honestly, sorry, Perry.
Yeah.
Bye. I don't. My issue with him is his body.
It's not room for him either.
I don't know if his body, like you look at his body, his quads look like they're jacked now, but I don't know if his body can take, being a consistent targeted player over 10 weeks. 17 weeks.
So, do you guys think there's any chance of Grant staying as a special teamer?
No,
I know. I get it.
No.
But I'm talking about
How dare you?
The show. I think.
I don't want him to stay.
I think
man,
there
but I'm
is.
just saying.
I think there is if he restructures that. There
Right,
is an
Rhino.
outside
He
chance. I
could
do.
as a special.
But who are
teamer.
you? Okay, but
That's no
but
outside shot.
You still have to list him as a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's taking.
I get it.
So who are you? Whose spot is he taking?
It would come down to Grant and Matt Collins at that point.
It comes down to there's another gunner from
That's
the
a
other
good point.
from the other young players we've added to the team. Could they go with another gunner?
But Matt Collins is one of the best gunners in the NFL.
I know.
He is.
But dude, Grant is a Pro Bowl return man.
And Grant, I
know it's hard. Right?
Second team.
I got you.
Second team. All right.
I feel you, man.
And it shows you what the standards are if the guy isn't even smart enough to wave off fair catches. And they're like, "Oh, you made it, bro. You made it. You
I'm
got
just saying it's a hot topic.
He's not a good receiver.
Listen, I don't want to see Grant.
You're giving Grant
as a
too
wide
much credit.
receiver. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe in a spread gadget once in a blue moon if he made the team.
I don't want to see Jakeem Grant even
and
filling the
plus,
water
watch out.
bottles, bro.
Reason's got
money too.
I don't want to see him even filling the water bottles, bro.
I'm with you, dude. But
if you want a job
ball.
cleaning the laundry, and you walk in the back and you see these damn grass stains, then that's fine, bro. But I got no use for that guy, bro.
And honestly, for gadget plays, you might as well keep Lynn Bowden because
that's
actually
gadget plays, bro. I'm using the gadget plays at Jalen Waddle, bro.
Or even Waddle
guy. He was running gadget plays at Bama, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, some people think that kid might stick, man. I don't know.
I think it's fair to move off of Jakeem Grant,
and we get some cap savings too, so it makes sense.
But just purely based off of how long we've had him here and how little he's done. As far as year after year after year, it's like, you know what?
And the thing about it
is,
his
chance was last year and he blew it.
I actually never looked at it.
I agree.
100%.
What's his best? I never looked this up. What's his best statistical season here? Let me look at
700 yards, probably.
2018, 2019.
700 yards.
Yeah.
I would give my left nut if he ever had 700 yards.
I think he had it with Wilson, didn't he?
His best game is the game.
His best year was last year.
Was it?
Really?
Grant's
That's the
best.
longest he stayed healthy.
No, my bad. I'm looking at kick returns.
I thought you were talking about Wilson.
How does he only put up 330 yards and 1 touchdown on punts, and he put up 129 yards and no touchdowns on kick returns? That's Pro Bowl. No one else returning in the league right now?
I got you, man.
I'm telling you, his best game was the game that Jay Cutler was throwing to him in the Patriots game.
So actually, last year was his best
Monday Night Football.
year.
That was his best game.
That's the longest he stayed healthy.
He was targeted 54 times.
Mm-hmm.
He had 36 receptions for 373 yards and 1 touchdown.
Wow.
And then his second best year. Well, no, actually, his rookie year. His first 2 years, actually, he was healthy for all 16 games.
He can't be a receiver anymore.
In 2018, he was targeted 34 times, only caught 21 of them for 268 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And the only reason I bring it up is because of everyone's like, people don't want Waddle returning punts, right? You know what I mean? Because they don't want to get hurt. And then they're like, okay, we don't want Grant on the team anymore.
Bowden can do it too, right?
Yeah, that's where.
Right.
But Bowden doesn't really have. I can see Bowden as a punt returner, I guess. But does he have that speed? But he could do it. Yeah.
But the next element to Bowden is what Perry could have done. That's why Bowden jumped Perry, because he's a quarterback.
I'm sure we got
honestly,
guys, right?
I would rather Robert Foster make the team and return punts, and we'll see what we got out of that kid.
I agree, because he's like a big body, can run, give you a chance at wide receiver. I'm with you, man.
And truthfully, on any type of return, punt or kick, it's really about not so much speed, but like fearlessness and vision. Yeah,
vision is the big one, right? You got to see where the blocks are happening before they happen, bro.
That was really good at making a guy miss too. You know what I mean?
But we agree that
Bowden nearly broke one to the house on punt return. You remember that game? I think it was week 15.
No, that's a good call.
Wilson
maybe,
is
maybe they'll give it to Bowden.
That's all he does, right?
Yeah.
Wilson is slot.
Yeah,
maybe.
You're not going to put
question is,
so the thing is Bowden. We have Bowden. We have Waddle. At slot. I mean, that's my hesitancy.
You can
Wilson.
rotate him, right?
Right. Are we going to keep, although Waddle's not only slot, but he's a slot receiver, are we going to keep 3 slot receivers? That's my question in my head. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great problem to have.
I would, because Albert Wilson's got an injury history and Waddle is coming off an injury.
Right.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
in all fairness, and if you go back to my review of my big board of Waddle and even my prospect review of Waddle, there were snaps where he's killing people on the boundary too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Fuller won't be playing week 1, so we need one of them.
Speaking of Will Fuller, what role is he going to be? Is he going to be like a Henry Ruggs kind of role?
Nah,
he's a Y or X.
No. He's gonna be your X. I think he's gonna be the X, bro.
Yeah, his main job is gonna be taking off the top of the defense, bro. Mm-hmm. We have to utilize what he does best, which is his speed and deep ball tracking ability, and they know that.
And that's why I don't want to hear nothing. DVP better have a hell of a season, because Fuller is gonna take a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have the chance to make the plays. And if he don't, he needs to be on the first ticket out of here. I know a lot of Fins fans love DVP, but I'm tired of DVP. Parker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand.
You sound like Damon.
He sounds smart.
I think.
No,
I think we're going to be cutting. I think we're going to be cutting a receiver after week 1.
He was right about Najee.
Oh, we're gonna be cutting. We're gonna be cutting receivers before we get to.
Damn, he was right about Najee.
He wasn't right about Pitts. So there you go.
Yep. But he's gone. He was gone.
Yeah, that's true. But
listen.
Again,
going after Damien when he's not even here. Shame on you.
I go after Damien when he's here or not here. I ain't scared of Damien. Let him come.
hey, Damien's a newlywed, man. He's having the time of his life right now.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, we're not talking about running backs. So
sorry about that, Pyro.
I'm just saying.
But honestly, if we keep talking about Hunter Long, right? If we're saying to ourselves that Gesicki, what Ian was saying, what's his role on the team? Like what's he really doing with this offense? When you look at Tua in his best season with the tight end, I think it was like Irv Smith or something when he was with when he was throwing to Irv Smith in 2018. Irv Smith is very similar to a Hunter Long versus a Mike Gesicki, and not saying he plays like Irv Smith, but similar as far as pass catching and just finding ways to get open. I don't know. I don't know if Mike Gesicki is going to be on this roster mid-season, bro. I think
Hunter. I think the pick of Hunter Long. I mean, it depends if Miami wants to use Hunter Long and Gesicki like as a Hernandez Gronkowski role, something like that. But I think with this pick with Hunter Long, I think Gesicki, the writing's on the wall for Gesicki, man. I really think so.
Martin,
he just
great point. Because I think when we look into how the Dolphins are moving into the transition of Godchild, and how you I've said it all the time, we're moving into 3 kickoff returners in the last 2 years. We're basically replacing Grant. All right. You look at the tight ends. And Reason just broke it down 30 minutes ago. The complete staying on the field, first down, second down, and third down. We finally got the tight end that can do that. So I'm not saying bye Gesicki. I'm saying this what this team does. So if we can get a 4th round pick or a 3rd round pick for Gesicki and Grant, or for that edge that we're looking at, we're still looking at edges.
Yeah, but you have to remember, tight end takes a little bit of time to progress and make strides.
And if we run the 12-man set and Gesicki lights it up this season, we're still getting rid of Gesicki, you think? If this man comes out and lights it up, y'all think he's still gone?
Reason pointed out,
if he's too rich, let him go.
And like Reason pointed out, Adam Shaheen and Durham Smythe were the ones running the 12-man personnel most of the time. Not Gesicki. Gesicki was more split out wide, or in the slot.
Smythe is gone. He's gone.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I like Smythe.
Me too. Yeah. He's reliable, man.
No, but I'm saying with Gesicki, like if he's not being used mostly in 12-man personnel, only used like in wide receiver sets, like maybe put on the slot or something. Hunter Long is the guy for the future, bro. But yeah, right now Smythe is gone. Smythe it's done for Smythe.
I love Smythe, man. He's actually, as far as who do you want to run behind as an inline blocker at tight end, Smythe opened so many holes last year, bro. That I had to look back at the film like, yo. I agree. But how are we gonna use?
Maybe we can put him in lineman. We can put him as a lineman.
The double up, man. Get that double team going.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We should get Gesicki, bro, and try to throw him out there in the trade, man. Maybe, hey, Titans need a tight end. We need a center, so I don't know.
Man, Sharif will love that. Sharif will love that.
Gesicki to the Titans. I think the Dolphins are looking for edge rusher for that tight end. They've been looking for edge rusher for a month.
I like the edges that the Dolphins have right now, though, man.
Well, why have they been interviewing edge rushers? Why have they haven't been working out?
I mean,
just to have insurance. That's all.
Right.
To be on the
Agba. Side. Right, precisely. Yeah, it's more.
So what are we thinking here, boys? X Fuller, Y is either Waddle or Gesicki, depending on what they rotate, and then Z is DVP.
It's interesting.
Doesn't the Z do more motion than
yeah,
Y?
the X doesn't really the X doesn't motion because you're kind of tethered to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. The Y is kind of
the thing is, but you need that X receiver to be fast and explosive off the line of scrimmage because that's the one that can get jammed because he's tethered to the line of scrimmage.
So which one moves the most, Z or Y?
Well, you can move the Z or the Y. The Y is your slot.
Right.
Right. And if you have a 2 tight end set, 2 slots, that other Y, and if it's a tight end, is like your H back, right?
Oh man, they might be moving everyone this year with the way they're talking, right?
Well, look at what DVP said, right? Moving more than usual.
A lot of motions.
That's going to create a lot of mismatches, man.
My favorite XYZ is going to be Fuller, Gesicki, and Waddle.
You're putting Waddle on the outside.
Yeah. I'm putting Waddle out wide just because I know what he can do, and by the sidelines, but by the boundary. And Gesicki, I still need to see if we can utilize his strength, which is in the middle. He's a seamstress pretty much. Like nobody really wants to mess with him up the seam,
But I like what Sorty said I think it was 2 episodes ago, about using getting rid of Preston maybe and keeping Gesicki and use him in that 12-man personnel, because with Gesicki you already have a guy who can win contested catches, who can fight for jump balls and make contested catches and like a big body receiver,
My argument against that is, though, if Preston's healthy, he may be the most talented receiver on the team.
That's what I'm afraid of too.
Right. That's the scary thing about that kid.
That's a huge if.
Yeah,
and that's actually too his main connection from last year, as far as just natural, just toss and catch like that. That was his favorite target last year. Man.
He needs to start jumping,
and that's why I freaking am like Rhino and am so pissed at Wilkins, man. Because God only knows what Preston would have done last year if he would not have got hurt.
I don't think that was Wilkins' fault though, man. The literally right when he jumped into the end zone for that touchdown, that defensive back rolled on his ankle like twice.
He did. He
like
did.
in the midair, he did like the
alligator roll.
Precisely.
Alligator roll.
Precisely.
That's true, Martin.
You know what I'm worried about with Preston and Gesicki is it's just the Dolphin way. They go out and they decide in their last years of their contract they're going to ball out.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I feel that too.
And then you got to project them which one's worth paying.
Yeah,
because Preston, if he didn't have that domestic case going into his draft class, he wouldn't have got past the 2nd, 3rd round.
I was about to say he would have been a day 2 pick. Yep.
And same thing with Kurt if he didn't expose himself.
The rapport he was creating with Tua before he got hurt was undeniable.
It was evident. It was evident. Yep.
Well, you know what's crazy about Kirk Merritt, Pyro? Kirk Merritt would have been catching passes from Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he was in Oregon. He was in Oregon. I know.
So we wouldn't have had to listen to Herbert doesn't have any weapons because they would have had Kirk Merritt, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Throw
and
behind, Mr. Check down.
He'd be more polished right now. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
What ankle did Preston hurt?
Yep.
I think it was the.
It was his right.
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 Okay, because I'm watching the play now.
Yeah, man. That was a bad
good Lord,
tackle.
No, it's Wilkins.
Nah. Look back at when Preston caught the ball and jumped in the end zone. That defensive back twisted his ankle on purpose.
He was doing the dig after, and then
I love that. But I love that play call by Gotsi.
But this is what's been talked about. You got to understand, he might not have been showing signs because of adrenaline.
Right.
Yeah.
Precisely. And then Wilkins clearly made it worse.
It doesn't even look like either of them really should have hurt his ankle that badly, really.
That was a bad twist. It was a bad twist, bro. I know he got up. I was shocked.
He needs to stop jumping when he catches the ball. That's all I'm saying to say. Because that pass from Tua when he jumped and then I was like, man, stop jumping because you could have. The defender clearly fell down. As soon as he jumped and fell, the defender got up and
he got back up.
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, man, that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah. He made plays that game.
Reason why you're gonna interview that?
It's probably like a habit or something.
True.
Yeah. Reason why you're gonna interview that guy that did the Tua breakdown? I forgot his name.
Tuesday, Alex Rollins.
Tuesday. Okay.
Tuesday.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna have a little
waiting for that one.
TD ball game and hopefully EM panel on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
So
it's an all-star cast there.
Yeah, the Alex Rollins stuff. I know he wants to talk a lot about Tua, so we'll talk about his show. We'll talk about the episode that he put out because I saw after I mentioned him, a lot of you guys went and watched the episode.
You're having him on. Oh, good. Excellent.
I want to hear. It was a good breakdown, though, man.
It was.
It was fair. It was very fair.
A lot of it was, yeah.
I know some people took issues with some of the plays he chose.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he just shrugged off the lineman bad blockings in some of the plays, which is fair, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, but those are things that Tua needs to work on, man. It's there on tape, so it's not like it's gonna go away. So
not every quarterback has a perfect pocket.
Yeah, that's true. And anything, he wasn't healthy either. It's like he wasn't 100% either. So all the stuff that we talked about over the past few days, of course, he was just using arm and upper body strength. So it's not like he's using his whole body.
My question is, how do you think they're going to ease in Long? I mean, how are they going to bring him into the offense? Like really throw everything at him, or they're going to bring him in? Like third game,
rotate him maybe.
Yeah,
I think just because of his ability, he's going to be in there right away.
I think so too.
Listen, because of his pass catching ability and his blocking prowess, he's more of a lethal threat in line at 12-man than anyone we have.
True.
Because you don't know whether the run's coming to that side or you don't know whether he's going to fake the block, release, and go and catch a football, or you don't know whether he's just going to run up the seam.
Which does he have to improve in?
And he's a mismatch, too. He's a
pass
mismatch.
Catching or blocking?
Big guy.
I think, sometimes I saw in terms of blocking, sometimes, how do I say this? I think I actually didn't write this down in my thing, but sometimes I did notice when it's pass blocking, sometimes he did have an issue with speedier edge rushers. But in terms of with pass catching, he's a solid route runner. The only thing I would say is later in games, sometimes he can start rounding out his routes. And the problem with that is he runs like a 4.64, I think it was, or whatever, 4.63. He relies on his clean cuts and breaks out of his routes, and he relies on basically running a sharp, because he actually had a pretty expensive route tree at Boston College.
True.
But anyways, the route running is the key for him creating separation. He's not blowing by guys, so just don't start rounding them out.
Right.
What did he run?
4.63, I think.
4.63.
That's
decent. It's not bad, but
His
Gesicki 4.4, right?
Yeah, his 3-cone wasn't that good though.
no, right?
I think Hunter Long uses his body really well. Is like as far as boxing
He
guys
can
out.
contort
and
and
those
twist.
catches.
Oh yeah, he can contort and twist to make catches too.
Yeah, he's really good at that. He's really good at that.
He's
He's
good.
We should see him week 1. Like he has he's shown all of the
you'll
signs
see him
that
right
he's gonna
away.
pick up the playbook. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you'll see him
he's
right
gonna be on the field.
He's a smart kid, man. Like his understanding of when the play breaks down to break off of his route and basically become a quarterback's best friend and just get into like a soft spot.
Yep.
Like that shows he's a smart guy, man.
Invaluable. Yeah.
Man, week 1
needs one of those.
Week 1 should be a primetime game, man. Mac Jones versus Tua.
I think Cam will be back. I think Cam will be back by then.
Mac Jones is not worthy, man.
He ain't ready for all this shit.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Tua to make him look silly, man.
And Mac Jones, number 1 and 2 receivers that game: Xavier Howard, Byron Jones.
And think about it. Who was going into that Cincinnati game being a quarterback going into a playoff run? Cincinnati was going into the toilet. So that made Cincinnati look good. We were already good.
His first game was against LA.
No, I mean the primetime game with Burrow. We made them look good because we were going to playoffs.
Burrow was hurt when we played him.
Yeah, Burrow wasn't in that game.
Yeah, sorry.
And that was not a primetime game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, our primetime game was Oakland. It was Oakland.
Oh,
or Las Vegas. I'm sorry.
I thought that game was going to be on TV.
And now I bet you if Burrow was healthy, they would have tried to flex that game.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Then again, maybe not because they didn't flex Herbert.
That's true too.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we talk about the Bengals outdoing Deshaun Watson?
What do you mean?
Oh, when they played against each other last year, I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, the second to last week of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That was a bad game. That was a bad game for me.
You know what? I get everyone's infatuation with Deshaun Watson, and I've said, hey, if the price is right, I guess whatever, make the move. But I'll say this: Aaron Rodgers makes us more of a Super Bowl contender than Deshaun Watson does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's. If you want my honest opinion, I don't even think it's close.
You give Aaron Rodgers this kind of weapons, bro. These receivers,
we're winning. At minimum, we're winning the AFC East.
It'd be just like Brady when he went to Tampa and got all those weapons, man.
Oh, yeah, that's so tempting.
See, that's why I'm surprised didn't try and make the move for Julio.
Green
Bay, right?
Yeah, that made the most sense.
Yeah, because they got the cap, right? Too.
That would have shut Aaron Rodgers right up too.
Oh, he would have he would have showed up on Monday, bro.
Julio and Adams. Oh my god,
that would have been nasty.
That running game. I'm telling you, bro. Even as I was clipping up the Hunter Long stuff, but I'm calling Green Bay. I'm saying, what do you want for AJ Dillon, bro? What do you want right now? You know how many times I was watching this guy get stacked boxes and just fucking lighting it up, man?
What if they ask for a third? Are you okay with a third?
Yeah, sure.
But how far? Like a two?
Take it.
A two? A second?
Shit, I'll do it for a third. Fuck that.
I mean,
did they spend a second on him?
So that'd be worth it if you did,
yeah. And Jesse Davis for Chubb.
I just hope they are. I just hope they are doing this. I'd be surprised if
say that. Who said that? Chubb. Who said that about Chubb?
Bro,
I would say to you, what do you want on our roster for Nick Chubb, bro?
Damn.
They're not giving up Chubb. They're not giving
no
up
way
Chubb,
in hell.
bro.
Nick Chubb, he's my favorite running. As everyone knows, he's my favorite running back in the NFL. Arguably the one of the, no one talks about him. People don't talk about him enough, bro.
I got so much respect for that guy, man. Especially he made a cereal or something, and all the proceeds are going to SIDS. I have a lot of respect because I had lost my son to SIDS, so I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Man.
God bless you, Florida. God bless you, man.
Yeah, bro. My wife is like the biggest paranoia person ever when it comes to SIDS, bro.
Oh hell yeah. So sorry, Florida.
Yeah, that's terrible,
man.
bro. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it was rough, bro. But I just had to pull it together for my other kids.
Yeah, man.
How old was he? Man?
He was 3 months.
Wow.
Wow.
And
How
the
long's it been,
crazy,
Florida?
it's been 2 years, and the crazy thing is the coroner had said it was because you get vaccinated, the shots.
Yeah.
And the coroner said it was because of the shots.
Damn.
Really sorry to hear that, man. Really sad, bro.
For real, man.
God bless you, man.
Thank you, guys.
When is it again that they're out of the woods?
What do you mean?
There's a certain point where they're out of the woods and they're no longer susceptible to that.
The time has elapsed past the threshold. Okay.
I'm not sure exactly.
I forget what it is, because even like people smoking and coming in handling your baby is dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I know a baby who was kissed from a sibling, and the baby died because it was an infant. A baby was kissed by your sibling.
This is a terrible topic to be talking about.
I did not mean to do that. I just when I had heard that from Chubbs, when that meant a lot to me when I'd heard that. He made some.
I'm kind of upset with you. You never told us before, man. In a way, I'm very sorry.
I know.
Yeah, man.
You're strong.
Dude, I have a 5 month and my daughter's 3, and my wife is the biggest. Like, that's her biggest fear in life.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, kids are your life,
To be
bro.
honest with you, I didn't know about SIDS until my wife.
Right.
I never even thought about that, bro.
That's why a lot of people, man, they're anti-vax. That's the root of it, the base of it.
Up until this COVID vaccine that I'm about to get, I don't even take the flu shot, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I never did because I don't want to get the flu, and the way I've
never had. Knock on wood, I've never had the flu.
It's been years.
Yeah, as men, we gotta just check on each
and
other.
honestly, for exactly what Florida Born was just talking about, I fucking despise the fact that these kids got to get those shots, or else they can't go to daycare.
Let me tell you, Reason.
They can't do any of that.
Let me tell you, I have a daughter, and right after that happened, she was coming up on, I think, her 2-year-old shots, and me and my wife was against it. We had got a letter in the mail that they were going to
go to school.
They were going to take my kids. They were going to take my kids. They were saying that I was endangering my kids.
That's when you you know what? That's what you do. You clip up and you say, "Come get my kids."
Man, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, man.
Bro. Dude, like, all I gotta say is, people, Google Bill Gates polio vaccine Africa. That's all you need to see about.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring up Bill Gates. I can go with Tom Hanks.
And then when you go, and then no Tom Hanks. And then when you go look at Bill Gates, what was his dad a part of? His dad was one of the heads of the Planned Parenthood, so like it was all about
population control.
Yeah, population, having a certain amount of kids, etc.
Right, Martin? Right, Martin?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. That's a deep subject. We don't want to go down that hole, bro.
Yeah, man.
As men, we need
live,
to find out sometimes, how you doing, Martin? How you doing, Reason? Find out if our brethren are all right, mentally. We got to just check on our brethren and find out, people may look at it as, oh, he gay and oh, he's soft. No, men are mentally traumatized too. We go through things, man, and you're very strong for keeping that in your story about your son, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, guys.
Josh,
bro. Yeah, the military.
Josh, that happened. My brother. There's actually an episode of Pens and Pucks. You can see where he got the vaccine that day, and his face is all swollen up. And it was the Pfizer vaccine too. And it was the first dose. So, you know how worried I am about getting this vaccine, bro? Because I never get them. And I'm going to be putting something like foreign into my body like that. Like,
you're going to get a reaction. You're going to get a reaction.
I know it's
happening. If I want to go to a game, I have to, and I want to go to a game.
That's the other reason too. You see see all the coaches, a lot of assistant coaches and coordinators are refusing the vaccine, and they're talking about how they're like take away their tier 1 access.
I don't mind. Shit.
So even the NFL is trying to pressure. Yeah, you would.
Back door. Pause. I'm going on the roof, bro. You're doing a helicopter. All right, let me get down right here.
Digging a hole up in there.
What the hell?
Like my wife got the Moderna one and it put her on their ass.
Was that the one that was giving the trouble for the women with the blood clots? Moderna?
Yeah.
Man.
She had like a headache for like 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Look,
just be careful. It honestly, if it's not for you, I would say don't force yourself into any type of pressures or anything like that, man.
Well, it's because I want to
do you.
If they lift everything
to travel, right?
I want to come down to Miami, bro.
Oh yeah.
Miami game, obviously.
Yeah, the game, and like they're not going to lift it in time for training camp. But like next year, for training camp, you're probably gonna need to have it.
Yeah. Well, I know fans are gonna come back.
That's the one she got, not the Moderna. She got the AstraZeneca one.
I gotta get my vaccine because I want to go. Yeah, I gotta go. So I definitely gotta go some Dolphin games this year.
I don't know, man. No more space left on Mars.
I ain't going no goddamn Mars.
What if I told you that we were already there?
Ooh. They wouldn't believe it. They got a whole society in Mars.
Don't do that.
Damn, Logan at 13 got his second shot. Damn.
Logan, you a G, bro. You
Damn,
a G,
bro.
Look, Big O got his second shot. I was like, Big O, man, I wish you luck in heaven, man.
Oh Lord.
Big O can go fly a kite.
Dude, like
in a thunderstorm?
Please. In a hurricane.
Hey, you hate Big O too?
I don't hate anyone.
Well, you
don't like him very much. I hate his takes.
I don't hate anyone. I just don't really like him at all.
Well, the people I hate, but they're already dead. Hitler and people like that. But
true.
Well, according to you, Omar is probably the closest thing, huh?
I just hate trolls, bro. I cannot stand trolls. Cannot stand them.
Big O buys into the team. I think.
Finally,
I'm skeptical of Joe Rose. Joe Rose hates Tua.
I think I mentioned
one
that.
year now. Yeah. It's 1 year to go. Oh, all of this. It's 1 year, and we got to see what he can do, dude.
I never got that from Joe Rose.
Yes,
I don't. He doesn't say it blatantly. He's not like adamantly like
they're about to set Martin off right now.
Yeah, but I'm
Get
just
him,
saying,
Martin.
Joe Rose is so subtle in his disdain for Tua. He's very professional at not saying that he doesn't believe in Tua. He just says everything else around it.
With Jason Taylor.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
What happened with Jason Taylor?
Him in the broadcast booth with Jason Taylor, and he's ripping Tua basically on a flick.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Taylor?
No, not Jason.
Taylor
Joe
is
Rose.
in the booth with Joe Rose during the games.
You got crazy feedback, bro.
I don't know. Every time Irvin was like he's rubbing against something. I don't know what the hell's going on over there.
and not to switch it up too. Not to switch it up too much.
You got the cocoa butter.
Oh Lord!
I got that cocoa butter.
Not to switch it up too much.
Not again.
Vanilla.
Hey, don't worry. People was already talking about the shave. You know what?
Hey.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, look, just to revert back to the Nick Chubb situation. Nick Chubb is arguably the best running back in the league, right?
Yeah.
And there was a moment in time. The reason why he fell in the draft was because of what? Injury issues. At Georgia, he couldn't quite stay healthy. He had 2 ACL tears in about 2.5 years, if I'm not mistaken, at UGA. The issue with people saying, well, we want to see what Tua is gonna do, as far as can he stay healthy and stuff like that. I think Tua's situation is very similar to Chubb's as far as I don't think he's gonna get injured in the league. I don't know. It's just my I have a hunch.
There's a karma around it. There's a karma.
Yeah. It's because Nick Chubb has been so reliable.
You got to basically break Tua's hip for him not to play. Tua's gonna play on 30%.
I think so, man. I don't see Tua, having those same type of bad luck, injuries that he had in college in the pros, bro. I think he's gonna show up, man, like every week.
As long as the offensive line is good,
they're gonna get there. They're all young.
Well, here's the thing: everyone was focused on his injuries. Who would have thought that Joe Burrow would tear every letter in the alphabet in his knee?
Yeah,
and nobody's talking about how he's rushing back into playing.
Bro, he's bracing up for a Tannehill experience where he tears.
I think so.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Martin? These fools up here celebrating him walking a crosswalk and everything, but when Tua gets in, you don't get none of that.
I know.
No celebration.
No fanfare.
All you get is doubt. But when Burrow walks across a crosswalk to the practice facility, oh my God, look at him. He's so brave.
He's walking upright.
He's walking, guys. He's walking across a crosswalk.
Sounds like some sad LSU fans that lost Bama this year.
Tua at South Beach, I was giving him a round of applause. I'll give him that. That was nice.
Honestly, man, that shit was so funny, man. Seeing Tua in the club
with his thumb up.
It is
aloha, mahalo.
Look what I found.
Oh my goodness!
When it's all said and done, Tua is gonna be like Kevin Samuels, man. I'm the manosphere.
What's that, young lady? You want to stand in this balcony? Oh, let me help you.
What's your name, Auntie Lily?
Auntie Lily. This man Sharif came in. Hey, typing Auntie Lily. I was like, what?
No. Beautiful spirit, but physically,
bro. Hey, I'm dirty like that, man.
No. Auntie Lily.
She had nice fingertips. That's about it.
That house looked like a trap house. That's all right. I'm telling you, it looked just.
It did.
We're not backstage.
All I need is her twerking on a stack of bricks, bro.
Oh my
God. White under that ass, bro.
I'm telling you, if I see
that type of white that Larry used to get in the back in the day, you know.
He's been wearing a bonnet though. At least
if I see a roll of duct tape and some gloves,
bro,
I'm done.
She should be wearing a bonnet over her face and her body.
She should be wearing a goddamn this Michael Myers mask.
I'm surprised you guys were able to notice her face because what was staring in front of me, I don't know how you.
Rhino's like, I'm blind.
No, Rhino. I was just trying to. I made sure to look at every inch just to see what Sharif was. I just had to see what Sharif was.
That's a lot of inches, bro.
I wanted to see what Sharif was so obsessed about, and I couldn't find.
And there's
nothing.
some inches you couldn't see because the crevices ran too deep, bro.
But it's one thing that did stood out was that trap house. That trap house. I was like, bro, that just like a damn trap house. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
So somebody threw up in their mouth a little bit when they saw it.
On to Cincinnati.
I thought he was trolling us. I'll be serious. I thought he was trolling us.
No,
Sharif was dead serious when he said that.
Sharif hit that. Sharif hit that, bro.
Sharif said it.
See, everyone else is bringing up 9s and 10s.
Hey, Martin, I'd hit that with my car.
Listen, Rhino.
With his car. Not even your car, his car.
The thing that got me with Sharif is how he said it with so much pride. I was just like,
and conviction, bro.
He was like, Auntie Lily. That's her. That's her.
What? I thought we were about to see some hot chick making cookies. Boy, the guy wrong.
Bro, I was scared at first.
We ate all the cookies.
I was honestly thinking we're gonna see some granny type of stuff. I was like, no, please, don't tell me you're into that.
Oh man, but that was funny. That was fun.
On the
That's funny,
Cincinnati, man.
What have you done to the stream, Pyro?
Oh man.
Hey,
So anyway, so
the Lions out here.
Andy,
The Lions.
you want a free time waddle?
Bro. I guarantee it looks like a mane too.
Oh Lord. Growling at you too.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, but guys,
Let's
I've
be
been
real.
watching the Instagram of the Dolphins practice.
That was
Oh,
not.
whew.
That was not.
Whew,
that was
I thought
not
you were about to say the Instagram of Nancy Lily. I was like,
I
bro,
thought you were
that's
talking about
not
Madden,
hilarious.
bro. I thought you were talking about Madden.
Let me tell you something.
Go
Sure,
ahead.
Auntie Lily was not a shave. You know what? It wasn't shave at all.
Pyro, we're not backstage. People don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Hey man, who's up at what kid is up at 10 o'clock at
Logan.
night? Come on,
Logan.
Logan Cole.
Logan, is Logan in the panel? Is Logan in the panel?
I haven't taken a poll.
Probably watching right now.
Logan, if you here, come join us.
His mother's gonna send you such an email. I don't know what to
Oh,
tell you.
wow.
No. Logan, if you're here, come join us. I'd like to talk with you, my friend.
Oh no.
I was watching some of the Dolphins Instagram and I saw basically the fundamentals dealing with like the steel breastplate parts that they have in the training camp there. And what I'm impressed with is the least penalized team and the fundamentals that this team has carried over for 2 years. And we're seeing it now in the training camp highlights. Like these guys are very good at getting off blocks, keeping the arms out, like what Coach Graham teach. And EM teaches it. Center, A gap, B gap, what is the responsibility? I think what I'm seeing in this team is we're not going to be penalized and we're going to be fundamentally sound. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I hope so, and off the past experience, I agree with you. But I don't know about anything we've seen in so far. These are just basically, glorified walkthroughs. But I take your point.
Exactly.
I take your point.
Because I remember the walkthroughs in year one.
A lot different hitting a tackling machine than actually having to square up and engage with someone live.
Right.
They hit back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Preseason, man. I'm glad that we,
Thank
get
God.
to have that this season, man, because we really needed that last year.
Right. And then think about it. You're coming.
Well, let's be real. The whole league needed a preseason last year.
Yeah.
And think about it. If I'm a young cornerback, I'm coming into the league with the best cornerback. And we can go around most positions of our defense and say, hey, I'm coming in here to the best. So I can only learn and improve in that respect. And I can't say
Javon Holland mentioned that too in his one of his first interviews about being in the same locker room as Xavier Howard, who led the league in interceptions. And Javon Holland is one of those players who's a ball hawk. He like that. That's what he does best.
And I love Holland, man. He has a good positive.
Well, that's when he said that when he was asked about if he'll be able to continue in the NFL. He's like, I haven't had a chance to be a ball hawk at the NFL. I haven't shown anything.
Right.
So
very humble.
I love his personality.
All these people that are like, oh, I saw someone, forget where it was, are like, oh, he has a chance to have the most interceptions on the team this year. I don't think so.
Who?
Well, if he's in the right
Holland.
position, center field, that would anyone who
He's
tries
not getting
to
more interceptions. I'll put money down. He doesn't get more interceptions than that.
He's gonna get a lot of opportunity. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up?
Yeah, but I think with X, you're looking at another 8 or 9 interception season. He's not getting
Definitely.
Now, if you want to say Javon Holland's going to get like 4, all right, I'll have that conversation.
3
but
or
I don't
4.
think this guy's getting 6, 7, 8 interceptions in his first year, bro. Antoine Winfield didn't even do that, and he's a more polished product coming out.
True.
Yeah, I think because people gotta realize he's playing the safety position. Who the hell throws at the safety? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. He's not who?
Mac Jones.
You mean on the throws? The linebacker gets more interceptions from freaking Matt Jones than the damn safety.
That's a potential. Yes, that could happen.
Who picked off Cam Newton first game?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this season?
No, this is a prediction.
Who picks up?
I don't know.
Who picks them all?
I'm gonna go left field.
I'm gonna go with Byron Jones.
I was gonna go Byron.
I'm going X.
I'm going X.
Because the difference between X this year in game 1 and last year in game 1 is I think he's at 100%. Last year, I don't think he was at 100% yet. So I'm going X.
Yeah, I'm going X.
I wouldn't be surprised if he throws 2 or 3 picks.
Yeah.
Now, if Mac Jones starts, it could get ugly.
Oh, bro! Listen, Reese, it's not even gonna make it to X.
Raekwon Davis has a 3-interception day.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
The whole D line is gonna do the interception.
Batted passes.
Truthfully, I am curious about how the Dolphins' offense is going to function under these two OCs, bro. Like, as much as I love Stootsville and Godsey, it's really going to be an interesting dynamic of how they're going to run these game plans quarter by quarter, drive by drive. That's going to be real interesting to see because when crunch time hits, bro, and you have to make certain plays in certain situational downs, who's going to make that call, and how how are you going to determine what type of play you're going to run, bro? I'm interested to see how they're going to respond, man.
I totally agree, Martin. If you remember when the coaches talked about how the players would come back to us during the second half and say, hey, the cornerback is doing this. Then he goes to Tua and translated that with Tua. And I think what the team is going to do is there's no Gailey there. So they're going to all accumulate their ideas during the game. This is why the Dolphins is interchangeable in terms of their offense. We're going to interchange offense week to week based on what you are weak at.
Yeah. The thing is, I gotta agree with what Sorty said, and I think it was Sorty, I think it was Sorty, or Reason. I don't know. I don't remember, but they can pick each other's brain on. Like they say, George Godsey.
Me.
I don't know. They could see a play. That
was me. What I said
you,
is,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. What I said is, you're gonna have the non-play caller is probably gonna be down on the sideline, and then what's gonna happen is, MF, you got feedback.
What the hell was that?
Let's say Godsey's not calling the plays and Stootsville is. Stootsville is gonna be up in the booth calling the plays. Godsey will be on the sideline. What you're going to have is Godsey's going to have that God view, look over the field, see everything. But Stootsville, but Godsey's going to be on the sideline. He's going to have what he sees. He's going to have guys, offensive linemen, receivers, and the quarterback coming to the sideline talking about what they're seeing. And then you're going to have a meeting of the minds, and they're going to probably go up to Stootsville, and they're going to say, well, Godsville is the combination, but they go up to Stootsville, and they'll say, listen, Tua's seeing this, or Waddle's seeing this, or Parker's seeing this, or Gaskin's seeing this, or the offensive line is seeing this. Why don't we try this? And then it's going to be up to basically the only thing is if Stootsville is a play caller, now they've given him the information. It still comes down to his discretion of whether he wants to use that or keep rolling with how he's going. That's the thing. It still comes down to his discretion, right?
And also,
but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
But
what if they rotate play callers?
And that's why
I mean by this, like,
could be good.
During our installs and during our offensive meetings and practices, what if Godsey's showing me more than Stootsville this week, and then next week Stootsville is showing me more than Godsville? You'll be able to tell who's more in the rhythm of the defense they're about to face.
Won't that create a controversy though?
That's a good point.
Not really. All you want is all you're trying to find is, okay, who's got the rhythm down?
Yeah,
but here's the issue. Here's the issue where the rubber's going to meet the road. When we lose a game, it's because the offense didn't have good play calls. So they're going to ask who was the play caller. That's when we're going to know what's
right.
up.
That's what I'm saying about the competition. If you put too many in, there's not enough consistency. And they're like, well, why didn't we put Godsey in? Well, why didn't we put Stootsville in?
I don't think
but what if it's not the play calling and more so the execution?
Sure. But they're our media. They're going to ask the question, right? They're going to try and start something.
And if I'm Flores, I don't tell them who's calling plays all season long.
I wouldn't either.
Right. And if I'm Flores, I'll actually take the first 8 weeks of the season, since we're going to play 13 games in a row, and split it first 4 weeks with Stootsville, next 4 weeks with Godsey, and then the last 5 weeks is really going to be, okay, which game plan did these guys respond to best, and then find the perfect blend before we head into the bye week, and then after the bye week, we already know what's going to happen.
The thing that Godsey does have over Stoodsville, though, is he called the Arizona game and he saw how effective our offense was that game, and then B, go look at who's the offensive coordinator calling plays for Houston.
Yep.
So he has more in-game experience.
Correct.
But then if you go by what Flores says, he said if Gailey went down for multiple weeks, it was going to be Stoodsville, which kind of makes you scratch your head. Then you're like, why wasn't Stoods? Because I looked it up. Stoodsville wasn't out on that Arizona game. Why wasn't he calling plays that game?
Right. I think Stoodsville might be the better communicator though out of the two. I think that's why Flores would say Stoodsville over Godsey, even though Godsey can clearly communicate. Like he can get the point across of
and he has a good relationship with Tua too.
I got a question.
You're also going to have. Listen, here's the other thing too, right? If I'm going up with a defense, I know I can run the ball down your throat. I'm probably going to give Stoodsville the tip of the cap. If I'm going up against a defense that's a really good run defense, but I know I could chew you up throwing the ball around, then I'm probably going to go lean towards more Godsey.
Yeah, it's a week by week evaluation.
Yeah, it could literally, like Flores could literally play it situation by situation.
It should be
matchup by matchup.
But
I'm just they could be doing that in preseason too.
I just think
practices. So
I just think. No, I'll just add on to what Reason was saying was that I think that with both of them calling plays, it takes a lot of pressure off each other's back because one's calling the pass, one's calling the run plays. It really helps them, kind of focus on their play call. You know what I'm saying? Their
respective aspects of the
respective
aspects.
Right. But here's my question: is Godsey still in charge of tight ends, and is Stoodsville still in charge of running backs at the same time? That's my question, and
I don't know.
George Godsey, I think he's still a tight ends coach.
So my thing is why I'm confident in it is that they're going to work together. I think they have a good working relationship, and I don't think they really. I can't say they can't really care, but I don't think they care as much who really calls the play. I just think that they want to have the ability to have influence on the plays.
It's literally what McVay and Shanahan do. They
How
literally
do they do that, Reason?
They have a guy who's a passing game coordinator and a run game coordinator, and then you go to like New England. New England even has a red zone coordinator.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. So Godsey's still the tight ends coach, and Stoodsville's still the running backs coach.
So how do they determine a running game other than first or second, 2 yards to go, third down and short? I mean, how do they determine who's calling the play at that point?
Well, the guy's going to be calling the play the whole game.
One guy, okay.
You're not going to switch every play, right?
So you're going to have a set of plays set up already is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, but like really only the first 20, 25, 15 to 25 plays was scripted.
Okay.
Right?
And then obviously when you get into halftime, you're going to have a kind of
you re-script it kind of a little bit.
Right. Precisely. And just have guys saying, okay, this is what we should
want to attack. Yeah, exactly.
Adjustments.
We've seen this. We got to attack them this way now.
And they already have a
if everything's working, you just keep it rolling.
Keep your foot on the gas.
No, and the thing is, it's also going to be, it's going to take pressure off the offensive coordinators with Tua's now his freedom and ability to check in and check out of plays, with alerts and stuff like that. So Tua's got more, right? Tua's got more ability and freedom to change plays at the line of scrimmage. So
how's that possible?
Ahead,
how's he going to have more freedom when he's going to be audibling out of an offense he already knows? Because I'm hearing people already saying, "How do we know he's going to be able to audible?" I'm like,
because
really, bro?
because the freedom is because he's more comfortable with the playbook.
He should,
right?
It's basically.
And I said you. Listen, a checking out is as simple as literally. This is a perfect example. I call a power right. I walk to the line. They've overloaded the right side. All I do is check out to a power left to the weak side.
Imagine that.
I take it away from the strong and I put it to the weak.
Yeah.
Boom. Right. That's how simple it is. You don't even have to, in situations, you don't even have to check out to a pass.
But according to the media and everybody else, Tua is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go back to why did Sarkisian call him the best signal caller he's ever been around, and that was after he had been in Atlanta with Matt Ryan.
Because he's more stupider than Tua.
The most instinctual play caller. That's a lot.
People that go to no end, bro.
And to be honest, since this is going to be Tua's true first year under things where you have coordinators that's going to be on your side, that's going to want feedback from you. I don't think it's out of the question to kind of let Tua like groom himself this season instead of wanting to see make it be a make or break year for Tua. I know this is going to be like one of those let me see what you got type of seasons for Tua, but I still believe there should be some type of an extended leash for him, considering the circumstances around the two offensive coordinator experiment, the new offensive line, which is going to have potentially four first or second year starters. Like we have to really consider the reality that Tua is coming into. So I would hope that they take all that into consideration.
Think of the environment Flores has created. Like literally, it's competition at every position on the field, and with the depth we have, it's one of the most competitive training camps you're going to be. But he's created competition in that offensive coaching room, bro. Like Godsir Stootsville literally can't afford to take a day off, or the other guy will get ahead of him.
True.
That's what my question was going to be. If say they come out and go 3-and-out, 3 series in a row, how they can change it up, the dynamic of the plays. I like it.
Because you got a meeting of the minds, right?
Yeah.
Like it won't be like one guy like, with your 3-and-outs example, shit, I can't figure it out. Whereas his partner could chime in and be like, yo, this is what you need to do.
I'm with it, man.
So
I'm actually not worried about it.
Where's the most competition between all the players? Is it gonna be backfield? Is it gonna be tight ends? Like I feel like the running backs.
Wide receiver? Wide receiver, like
but we can carry more wide receivers than we can carry running backs or tight ends.
But we have 13 wide receiver. We have 13 wide receivers right now.
Good one, right?
Usually you only carry 5 or 6.
True. Did they change the 53 man roster to 55? Did that change to the practice squad or to the actual full squad?
Yeah, you can add more to the practice squad.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they ain't changing it though.
No, they're not. It's 53. There's some like special exception to get it up to 55. But I don't think it's permanent. I think it's like by week. I think the offensive line is going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah.
Because look at that right side: Fluker, Hunt, Eichenberg. How the hell is it gonna? Where's Jesse Davis gonna land? Like, how's it all gonna work out? But I think wide receivers gonna be. The running back room is pretty much set. We know it's gonna be Ahmed. We know it's gonna be Gaskin. We know it's gonna be Malcolm Brown, and it's just whether who wins that battle between Scarlett, Dokes, and Laird.
Probably Dokes,
right?
Poor Laird.
I think Dokes
and Laird actually looks good this offseason. It's just the running back room is so crowded right now, man.
Who's hungry enough? Who's hungry?
The thing is that with Laird, they use them mostly in passing situations. So
I'm off.
I don't know if.
I'm good.
You can use Gaskin for that, to be honest.
Yeah,
even
and you can use Dokes for that.
And Dokes,
Ahmed.
Those guys sneaky hands, bro.
Yeah,
he does. He got nice. He made some nice one-handed catches in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Just a big runner.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're about coming up on 2 hours 15 minutes. Let's go through. Let's get some final thoughts. Rhino, let's start with you, buddy.
Assume you're gonna be here Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, right?
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday I'll be back. Tuesday with Alex Rollins, who does a bunch of film breakdowns on YouTube. You guys can go check them out. And then on Wednesday, TD and Ballgame have confirmed, and I'm just waiting on EM to confirm.
Well, thanks again for the breakdown. It was very good. A lot of insight in there. I really appreciate it. When what else can we say? But fins up, Tua time.
Yep. Let's go. Let's get it.
Florida born. Let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
I think he might. I think he left.
Oh, did he? I thought he was the one with the.
That's Lion. I think
that's
Hey.
Let's get your final thoughts.
Hey, man. I feel like the
Go
tight
NGN
end.
Studios.
I'm ungrateful to have a tight end who can play 3 positions and stay on the field, man. And I appreciate the breakdown to know that we have tight ends who lack that, and we got one.
Pyro, your final thoughts, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty much agreeing with everybody. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Gesicki situation. But Hunter Long shows a lot of promise, and I can't wait to see what he'll develop into. Fins up.
Red Comet, your final thoughts, buddy.
We're gonna do great this year, and then drop 40 points on the Patriots.
Please God.
There you go. I hope so.
Martin, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, man. Hunter Long, great film breakdown, great acquisition for the Miami Dolphins. I hope the same guys that always try to come on here and take your film breakdowns down, don't do it for this one, because this is something that I think the fan base really needs to see and have more confidence that if we do lose out on Mike Gesicki, we're in good hands. No pun intended with how good Hunter Long can catch, but
they don't take it down; they just demonetize it.
Demonetizing. Yeah, I hope they just keep it cool, keep it cool.
And I'll be doing Jared Dokes next week too. By the way,
nice.
I really want to see that one. Yeah,
I do too.
I skipped Larnell Coleman because I was like,
Project Lyman. It's all good.
I'm good.
But definitely, man. We appreciate the content as always, man. You're at the you're at the forefront of all of it, and we just appreciate all the work you do, man. So fins up.
On our way to 5K, baby.
Yes,
it's coming.
For real, bro.
Irving, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, man, this is just another genius and brilliant example from Brian Flores' glorious, beautiful mind. Hunter Long, that's some excellent insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Just prepare for the future, man. Gesicki, might get traded or might might go out free agency. His last year of his contract. He's just one step ahead, right? Anyways, but
you say anything about cocoa butter?
Yeah, that cocoa butter. I'm getting ready, bro.
Yeah, rub all up in the skin, man. Get it up in there.
Yeah. But really, Hunter Long is a great tight end, bro. He's an actual, dual seam, a seam threat, actual great blocker, got good technique, just like Reason's film breakdown showed. I'm excited about that. I'm just excited for this season, really. My question is the offensive line. Hopefully we can, the youth can really, now with the second year's guys, they got an off season going on. They got their OTAs, now they got the mini camp coming up. Hopefully they can really use this time to, improve their technique and improve their play so that they can really make this offense, click, because if the offensive line doesn't protect, Tua, there's no Tua, there's no running game. So hopefully we can get that down right. So fins up, man. I'm looking forward to Alex Rollins' interview. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Pyro, did you go?
Yeah,
not yet.
All right, go Pyro.
I did. I went.
Okay. Did you go, Martin?
Yeah, I did too. I think Red Comet just took off. That's why the whole.
No, that's why it all
it
got all reshuffled.
Yeah.
All
right, but I know Jason didn't go and MF didn't go. So Jason, let's give your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I was working late. I missed the show.
No worries, bro. I'll do what I always do. There'll be the clips version up tomorrow. That'll have just the breakdown involved. So, and I was on my VPN. Again, I apologize to everyone for some of the video being a little laggy.
Anyways, I know it's throwing fire, so I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. Reason you the man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Awesome panel, always with the fellas. I'm excited about the season, and I'm really excited to watch your breakdown of Hunter Long because you like you said, you the man. So fins up and everybody stay blessed.
Salute, brother. Salute.
MF, your final thoughts, buddy.
All right. I just want to say thanks for letting me break my cherries the first time I actually got to talk on the show.
How's your jersey,
like,
bro?
Oh, bro, you don't even understand, bro. Like, I didn't know if it was gonna be like a full-on, like, full-fledged jersey, bro. He gave me a dynamite jersey, so I'm very happy I got that. Honestly, this is the first time I've actually felt like this team is like been complete. I mean, seeing Jalen Phillips, dude. Jalen Phillips looks like a fucking monster.
He does.
I'm sorry, I just seen that picture, dude, and like
You saw
I
that
can't wait
hat?
to
You
see
saw that
him.
hat?
Oh, bro.
The visor?
Makes me.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I just want to raid that NFL shop right now, but
They got all the good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I'm interested more in like with getting Hunter Long, seeing what the running game can do since we didn't draft a full-fledged top-tier running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us see the draft process between Flo and Greer and the way the direction they're going to take this team because Beeflo used to be a scout, so now we get to see two top-tier scouts putting their minds together and actually making just a Super Bowl contending team. And I haven't talked about this. I'm 39 years old. You know what? I haven't even talked about the Dolphins making the Super Bowl in like 2 decades.
Yeah, man.
So I'm excited. And hopefully some of these games people are going to make it down to. We can all get together and tailgate this year.
Hell yeah.
That's the idea, bro.
reason. Once you get down here in Orlando, bro, once you're able to get down to this other house you guys got property at, bro, it's going to be nothing but a party. Nothing but a party.
Oh, I'm going in, bro.
Oh, I'm waiting. Be exciting, bro. You perfect timing too. Be Super Bowl contending team possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I want to say. Always good content. Love the guys that are on here, full of knowledge, and fins up.
Yes, sir.
Before I get out of here, guys, if you look below me, right next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. Go ahead, hit that button. That's how you can get access to the emojis and those badges that you see the people in this chat have. Become a member of the Phinside the NFL YouTube channel. Join the other 89 members that I have right now, and also join the Patreon because that's how you become a mod. If you are not a mod, unless you're a special exception, you are not a if you are not a Patreon, unless you're a special exception, you are not a mod. So I just wanted to go through and I wanted to shout out before I get out of here every single one of my patrons and my members. And again, I'll be back on Tuesday night with Alex Rollins. I will be back on Wednesday night with Ball Game TD and pending EM Dolphin fan. I'll also be dropping the Jared Dokes prospect preview, and it's live already on Patreon, and it's live underneath the community tab for members right now. Go vote which film study you want to see right now that I'll be doing, and then I'll do it in the next couple weeks. Xavier Howard's 10 interception season, Raekwon Davis's rookie season, or why Robert Hunt is best suited in as guard. All right, guys? So shout out to all the members: Damian Deese, MF Fins 1, Ricketic, Greg A, Seth, Drew Boot, Twizzle, Law 10442, Timothy Whiteman, Yawa Bulla, Bruce 1, Foxing Around, Dr. Draft, Timothy Sapineza, Nico, Mighty Dolphin, Dolphin Sweden, Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, Luke Sparkman, D Ray 91, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Franks, Ty Rhodes, Florida born, Kentucky grown, SC 42, Corn 72, Trap RNG Media, Cody Patron, The Show, Jonesy Fins Nation, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philippe Leduc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Powerhouse, Daniel Galagos, Thunder Cleus, Jeremy Klump, Birdman, William Bolesky, Cody Graham, 100 Ante, Ryan Bathgate, Ramon Casillas, Marino's Goat, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marchione, Tony Marine, Canadian Fin Gone Wild, BK 2 Day, Barry Bailey, DC, Tyler Collins, Richmond Webb, Cap for Life, Furious KL Day, Godavaloa, Jerick Huggins, Bleezy, Rhino Sith, Irving Figueroa, I never know if I say your last name right, Irving. Justo, Julian, Scorpion King, 271, Kyle Bow, Vince for Life, Chef Jude, Ty Jenkins, Quentin Riddle, Tony V, Robert Martin, Tony Usawa, Way01, Jose Valdez, Innes Campbell, Mari, Fred Rivera, Justin Dunker, Cash, Zanny Jinzo, your boy Trev, Caddy Shack, and Fins Forever 72. And then for the Patreons, shout out to each and every one of my Patreons. Rhino Sith, Big Spec 94, K All Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Ricketic, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazz 803, Martin, Zo Vegas, the Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar Thompson, Jeff Jackson, Mighty Dolphin, Ben Glassford, Andre Villarreal, J Love T, Todd Labruto, The Enigmatic Man, Chalk Van Straw, Georgie Boy 23, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, Philip Leduc, Cody Patron, Tommy Flores, Marino Ron, Anthony J. Marine, Brent Potvin, and Storm Warrior. Appreciate all you guys because you help out when videos like this one, I don't know if it's going to be, but videos like this one with the all 22, when they get claimed and they get demonetized, you guys help out and you make up for the ad revenue that's lost. So appreciate each and every one of you. I'll be back Tuesday night with Alex Rollins. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out on YouTube. He does some great work with his film breakdowns. So I will see all of you guys back here on Tuesday. And as you know, I'll open up the room a couple hours early so you'll know exactly what time I'm going live at. So until Tuesday night, fins up. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed, and we'll see y'all very soon.
Peace.